Somehow I lost my banner. Hi, everybody. I'm Ben. Welcome to the Sunday Night Hang 3/20 special. Because it's the 20th and it's a month early, and I had a bunch of edibles I wanted to have on air for a night. So here's the way it works, folks. I'm going to do an edible each and every time there's super chat, except for the first couple. Why? Because with witnesses, we already got 3 in the system to get things going. So, I'll probably end up playing the sax as well. Who are we kidding? Because if the edibles aren't kicking in and I'm putting up with these craziness with me, why not? Joining me, we have Brother Michael B., Brother Symmetry from the left coast. Bingo. See, I like that. And really far left of me on a map, we have Brother Martin from Austria, who's got a fine single malt that he's partaking in because things aren't as legal in his area of the globe. So we fully allow it. Plus, I know he knows he imbibes in that and enjoys it. So that's good. Good. Definitely good. And dang it, I keep clicking off before I click save on the banner. So, well, just a warning, yeah. The show could end at any time, folks, if these kick in and I can't say holding doors open and stuff. I'm just hitting the end button and then going to sleep or something. Yeah, so we shall see. If tonight goes right, we'll see. So I'm going to start actually at the top for once. Oh, look at that, 729. Martin, L&M Guitar Corner. Hey, everyone. Hey. And
Thanks for having me, Ben.
And then Symmetry next in the chat. Love it. Kind of smells like Otto's jacket in here. Yep, it does. It does. Tim Thomas made it. House of Twang. Hopefully he's back from the shed by the time I said that. Let's see, who else do we have in here? Billy Baloney. Oh, Michael B. in the chat as well. Perfect. I'm not in the chat. Martin Lemaire, Billy Baloney, Tim Thomas. They're all talking to each other. There's Paul McNary. Got to meet him yesterday, along with Billy Baloney. Part of the Zoom hang that 2 people missed out on, I think.
Yeah, I was disappointed I missed it.
Yeah.
Plus, I kind of
hey, Tall Thin Kev.
1 o'clock, and I thought 1 o'clock my time for some reason. So
well, based on lifestyle choices, that can happen. Milk T, Keith H, Terry Himes, Thomas Santiago, Randy Crooks, Mike Jones. He says, hey, Ben, got into the edibles while trying to quit smoking, and the legal ones were terrible, except once I did these drops, and they kicked in harder than anything I smoked. That can happen, and hopefully these do the same thing. Blackjack Guitar, Ian's Guitar Shack, My Knees Hurt, Jeff K. He says, we'll know when you say Doug's wife is not real. Exactly. Let's see. Guitar Man 45, got to meet him yesterday. Charles 75N, met him a few times, but he was on there yesterday. Thanks again, Charles, for helping set things up. Down and Back with Corn Doug. Yep, we started early. I Rock Zed Blues. What's up, Doc? And more joining in. Hey, look at that. We got Scarborough Suitcase. 24 people watching. So, yeah, usual hang. We can talk gear. We can talk, I don't know, whatever, right? I don't know.
Should we do a roundup and show what we have?
Sure.
Mindy's Mints, 5 milligram.
Nice.
I'm a lightweight, so.
That's okay.
But I got a whole thing.
I've got 2 bags of gummies that hold 20 each. They're 6 1/4 milligram a piece, so we're gonna have fun with that. Plus, we've still got a bunch of that. So we got. Oh, and to keep the throat wet, I was showing the guys off air. I've never had it before. Brio apparently makes more than one flavor soda pop, and this is their Blood Orange. Tom, I forget to send Tom the link. Tom,
hey.
Did you want the link, Tom? Are you up to hanging out? Let me know. I'll send it. If not, I won't bother. Dave the Pious is here, and Bumblebess. Symmetry has gummies as well.
mine are 15 milligram each.
Well, once more.
Beautiful.
A little bit
That one, and I have a spare one.
Nice. Where went? There it is. Gear Junkie 35. That keeps skipping. There it is. Hello, edibles. Randy asks, how many edibles will be up to 40? I have 40 on hand, so we shall
That's a
see
lot
how
of
that
milligrams.
works out.
man.
What's that?
That's a lot of milligrams.
Yeah, that's 250. I hear that's a lot.
It's a good night's sleep.
You're going to be buzzing, floating.
Well, you know.
My brother from the West Coast, John DeChang. Hey.
John? There. Our name. Perfect. Done. I want to go into spam without a subject in the email. What's up, T. Ricky? BC Rich 581. Got to meet him yesterday, too. The Lamb is here. Wow, we got a lot of UK. It's right as we're talking. Some of us have skipped ahead an hour, some haven't. So it's that brief 2 weeks a year where I get the demographics expand on the live front. JP Page too. Got to meet him yesterday. Got to see a lot of that. Got to meet a lot of people from the chat, is what I'm saying, folks. That I've literally talked to for years, and it was cool. B Serious says, I'm sure Ben was underwhelmed. Oh, I had a great time.
I'm bummed I missed it. I don't know.
We will be doing the next one. I don't think this coming Wednesday, but the next Wednesday, because I was talking about doing Wednesday or Saturday, and I figured I'll do one of each a month. So it'll be like Wednesday of next week we'll do one, and then and then a week and a half or so after that I'll do another Saturday one. I don't know. Maybe we'll end up doing more. Including myself, there was a dozen of us, which was pretty cool for, first time out. And we just, the idea, hang out for about an hour. And, you can get my real opinion on stuff. Kind of what you folks hear on the After Hang, if you've ever done this show. Basically it's me with even more cursing and more rants. What's up, Jimmy Ray Hawkins? Hip Metalworks is here.
Hip Metalworks, yeah.
And there are some people that do the after show, but not the show.
That's happened.
Yes. I don't want to out anybody, but I've seen that.
We've had a few celebrities pop in off air. And that actually it has happened before too, where I'll have a guest on a Sunday night, and somebody will hit me up and say, "Hey, can I jump in and say hi off air?" And if that person not that anyone's better than anyone else, but you know what I mean? Like, if I have a celebrity on and another celebrity is like, "Hey, can I talk to that celebrity because we're old friends?" I was like, "Fuck yeah, you can." And I'm glad to connect that. All right, Milt. We can do that. Speaking of someone we were hanging out with yesterday, Brother Tom.
What's up, gentlemen?
Hey, Tom.
Tom.
Good to see you,
How's
brother.
it going?
Good to
That
see
was
you.
fun. That
Great
was a
to
lot
see
of
you
fun
live.
yesterday.
All right, so this is one super chat, but this is number 4. Also, anyone that becomes a channel member tonight, I will do one as well.
Nice.
Hopefully at the $5 tier. Good to have you back, Tom. Officially on the channel. If I can swallow. There we go. Officially on the channel, publicly and such. Welcome back, brother.
Good to see you.
There's Paul Leonard Ewing.
I got my CBD nausea killer. They're trying to load me up with iron, and it makes me feel so nauseous. So
Right. Fortunately, this is the perfect hang for anti-nauseant medication.
It's good too. It's a little bit of blackberry thrown in. So
Oh, nice. Yes, definitely a hello to Janice.
hey, Janice.
Octopus Ears, Jeff P. Hello,
Bubble-
Jeff P. I don't know.
Bubble
I know
Vessel.
we get a lot of Jeffs in the community. I don't know if I know Jeff P, but he's good to see you back, Tom. So I think Jeff might be a bit of a lurker for a while, and that's awesome. Oh, there. Just got your text, Tom. Sure, send a link.
That was really cool yesterday, though, to be able to put names to faces.
Yeah. The one thing, I forgot to mention that in the post was if you're going to log on to the Zoom call, folks, use your screen name as your screen name.
So we
Because, and I'm not going to say his real name because he's in the chat, but one of our regulars, okay, I'm going to say it was BC Rich 581, and he just had a first name, and I'm like, I don't know who the fuck that is.
Yeah, you were telling me that.
I don't know who that is. And then, the voice doesn't help. And then all of a sudden he held up, he's like, I figured I'd wear this in honor. And he's wearing a Motley Crue t-shirt. And I'm like, BC Rich 581!
You know, yep.
It's probably left over from the last Zoom meeting he did.
Yeah. Octopus Ears wants to point out to you, Tom, he wasn't sure if you remember, he used to be Magic Man.
Ah, okay. I thought I knew him from somewhere.
Ah, okay. And Jeff Puddlester, yes, okay. Puddlester. I always put an L in there for Puddlester for some reason. Fair enough. Brad Guitar Miller is here. Terry's 3Gs is here.
What's up, Terry?
We got 48 people here. Ooh.
Holy walnuts.
I like these. Something's kicking in, Michael, in only half an hour.
Nice.
Yeah, this should be interesting since I ate 3 at once.
Every 20 minutes, you'll go one level high.
Well, yeah, and that's what I'm thinking. Okay, so Randy's kicks in for number 2, so we're still 2 behind, but I'm going to have a bowl anyway, so I don't know how that works. Bowls are on me. Mikey Newman knows what I'm talking about. Travis is here. Lawrence Cash is here. Kid Shred Joe Hervey's here.
But then, at least I'll be supporting you with a sip each time as well.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Polly Walnuts, what's up, buddy?
And you don't want to wait, get the vape.
Yeah. I'm just pulling gummy out of my teeth. Oh, I should crack open that drink, too, because that looks really good. All right. So we're not making any announcements on Tom here. Stream of thought content. You know how it goes, Tom. I just start thinking. So Tom's not fully committed to coming back yet. He's playing it day by day, depending on his health. Right, Tom?
Yeah, I got that stomach nausea going on, so it depends.
Yeah.
I was feeling nauseous earlier. I didn't know if I was going to make it, but then got the the quick hot shower kind of got rid of it. You know what I mean? That old trick.
Hot shower. That was me this morning because I hurt my back on Tuesday and it's still sore.
Oh, getting old.
Yeah, reaching over for that 10-pound garbage bag. How sad is that? And all I did was reach over and grab it. I hadn't even started up yet. I heard it on the way down. Could have, Doug. Could have. Doug's going to be in North Carolina next week.
Cheers, volleyball next.
So the doc says, so Ben, how did you hurt your back? Standing up.
Yeah,
What's
living.
your age again?
Got in a fight with my sweater.
What's up, Dan in New Jersey? Although I have noticed since spring has officially sprung here, which means like we hit double-digit temps, which I can say because we only have 2 Americans on the panel, which you guys with your Imperial. Martin knows what I'm talking. We hit 10, Martin.
Yay.
As a result, relative humidity has gone from 38% to 48%, and the fret spread on my Wolfgang has gone from unplayable to, oh, I barely noticed that.
Yeah.
It's still there, but not quite as much.
I had this.
I switched to Celsius.
Nice.
I had this problem with the guitar in my office. They both got a lot of fret sprout over this winter.
Cheers, hip metal works.
What's up, Mark? So the Brio Blood Orange. Oh, that smells nice and orangey.
So Ben, do you want me to get on a rant, gear related?
Please.
Because Lucas just got the Meteora from Fender.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I have to say I was really disappointed by Fender Mexico. because they missed to solder 2 ground wires, and the other one coming from the bridge pickup was so poorly soldered that when I was inspecting the other ground wires, it just broke off with just lifting the ground wire away to see where everything is going. I had the other one break off, and obviously this thing had hum like crazy with 2 ground wires missing. You can imagine. It was the one from the housing of the pickup, of the bridge pickup, so the shielding, and the other one was going to the bridge, and wherever he touched it, everything was buzzing like crazy, like you put a bee inside or something. So yeah, if anyone has ever plugged that thing in, he would have had to notice this, because and that's something I cannot understand, that you would not. I can't think that no one has ever plugged this thing in, or either they did not care or they did not do it. And that's something that's, for this price point, I think is unacceptable.
Right. I agree. Yeah, definitely cold soldering joints. Sup, Fruitcake Tony? Also, cheap solder. Yeah, good point. Who mentioned that? Mikey Newman. Yeah, well, yeah, because you can't use the leaded solder. Yeah, that's true. But you could use silver solder, and they're not doing that either.
No. And yeah, we fixed that, and it's now it's a really good playing guitar. But
nice.
Before that, it's just something I was really disappointed in, and it's something that shouldn't be at such a price point.
Not even at a $300 price point.
Yeah, not even at a $300 price point. Yeah, but at that one, it's really off the charts for me.
All right, BC Rich, I shall. What's up, butt cheeks? After that one. Because Terry came in late. So Terry, I was thinking of you the other day, because he is the one that mentioned, hey, you ever had Brio? You should try it. I was like, no, I don't know what Brio is. I always see it at the pizza places when I was a kid. But Terry, when I was at the dollar store the other day, I bought actually 3 different flavors of Brio. Blood orange, original, and some kind of lemonade thing. Procurement thing. What's up, Zach Thong?
Here's that phone.
Ryan Hall. I missed saying hi to Ryan earlier. Welcome back, Ryan. Damn, those orange flavored ones are good. Whoop-de-doo.
Especially with the blood orange puff.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought I didn't realize they were all orange because it doesn't say what flavor they were. And fortunately this doesn't just taste like soda water as a result or something. You know.
Mine are all sour watermelon.
Ooh.
15 milligrams. So I'm only having like one for every.
Yeah. So Tom, I know you're a fan of the edibles.
I was gonna go get some RSO today, and then I fell asleep because we're only open till 5.
What's the large? Actually, a question for the panel. Martin, you don't have to answer since it's not legal where you are. So I'm guessing you haven't been to a lot of dispensaries. However, in your travels, you never know. What's the largest milligram dosage edible you've seen for sale?
500.
Personal.
250.
250, 500.
In San Francisco, they were called, 250 is, at least in the U.S. on the West Coast, they call them stars of death.
Yeah.
So it was called a double star of death, and it was just a one big, about that big.
I saw a 700 milligram brownie the other day, Tom.
No.
Yeah, and it wasn't that, it wasn't huge, and I went.
That's the split.
Well, I would assume you would cut that up into little tiny squares, like the size of dice or something, because I was like, although I thought, what would happen if I ate a 700 milligram? Unfortunately, I wouldn't do that because that's not very responsible in case Dad has issues, and I'm like, well, I can drool. That's about all I can do. What's up, Major Upgrade? Love the name, Major Upgrade.
Yeah, Terry, Austria is not one of the countries where it's legal yet. So
Yet. One can hope.
Yeah. They are discussing it at the moment. So we'll see. Maybe in a year or two.
Especially as more and more countries are coming online with it. It's even the countries like, well, let's see what this country, how they deal with it, and
Especially now that they can see how much money it generates in taxes and creating jobs.
Yeah.
It's a huge industry.
Yep. Let's see.
May I address BC Rich for a second?
Yes.
Yeah, it was the Meteora itself was not that underwhelming to be honest. The guitar itself is great, but the thing is, really the QC on it shocked me because it was something such obvious that would have had to be found by someone. That was really astonishing. On the other end, the neck felt great. Frets were, okay. Lucas said he polished them as well. They lacquer over the frets as well, and then do the fret job, and there were still bits and pieces of lacquer on the frets.
I hate that. Yep.
That's cool.
Which was not an issue on my Baja Telecaster, for example.
Gibson, though, if they were Gibson, though, they would embrace that, Martin, because my 89 Strat, when I bought it and it was a year old, it had all the lacquer still like halfway up all the frets. So they could say, that's the way we've always done it. It doesn't make it right.
Well, I'll have to disagree with you on that one a little bit. Because
I chipped it all.
Take my 335 over here. It makes it really smooth on the edge over here with that with that fake binding. So it's really soft and really well to play on it, even though they did it. So I'm not against it per se if it's done properly and it's rounded off the way it is, and it feels really great, almost like the how does Ibanez call it? They have such spheric fret ends.
Oh yeah,
where they're totally rounded off. They feel so great when you play over it, and on this guitar at least it feels pretty much the same due to the softer touch of the lacquer on that part. So I'm not totally against it if it's done with care and has a purpose.
Jimmy Ray Hawkins says, I'm surprised that you received one as QC poorly. I don't know. Fender's QC, I think, especially now, they're just trying to pump out as much product as they can, as fast as they can, to meet demand, because they're still backward. Oh, okay. Major upgrade found me from. I was wondering. I was looking at the stats on the video of how I roll my fretboard edges, because it released it Friday, so I was able to see the full stats today, and it said 2 people subscribed to the channel over it, Tom. And I was like, how does anyone subscribe to this channel based off anything that's ranty or repairy? Like how? That does that. But great, awesome. Yeah, although that one was more serious, definitely. So. Because that's how I do it, and I have done it for years.
I want more spray painting outside in bad weather.
Spring is here, Tom. We're up to double digits, so.
Oh, we do that every summer here.
Yeah.
So Martin, did you buy the guitar through a retailer?
Lucas bought it, not me personally. Okay. So it's Lucas bought it through Thomann.
Did they open them and QC them?
Probably not. He sent the mail to them asking if they do at that price point or how this can happen. We'll see. Lucas will do a video about it. He will certainly do some rant video and show the guitar off a little bit more in detail. So that's something certainly coming up on our channel. So.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm still 2 to the good, Michael B. I'm keeping up here. I'm still 2 to the good.
I know, but you got 15. I got 5.
I'm shocked with Thomann. Aren't they one of the biggest retailers in Europe?
The biggest.
Well, that's what I thought.
The biggest.
I remember seeing their factory, and they literally, I watching the video, they have climbers, like full-time climbers in case they get stuck. You know, because they literally have, I don't know, it was 8 or 10 stories high of stock, and it comes up and down on this automatic machine. It was pretty cool, but I'm really shocked that they would let something like that go.
I'm not really, to be honest.
Oh, you're not?
They have
Okay.
so much stuff they send out, and their policy seems to be sending things out and just take them back. Because I had the same thing with my SC550 of, what is it? Harley Benton SC550. That one was horrible. I don't know how you can send something off. The edges on the binding were broken off, so I literally cut myself while playing it when I unpacked it. Then there were bubbles underneath the finish. The stain was scratched under the clear coat. One string broke off, the others were rusty. All these kind of things. It was really unplayable and not in any shape or form how any guitar should arrive, especially as their premium line.
Yeah.
And I sent it back. And the second one that came was better. I kept it, but it also had serious problems with the fret job. I had to do a complete level over everything, so it was a lot of work to get it playing well, but it does now, and I really enjoy it. But until then, it's not something I would recommend any beginner.
Right.
And but to be fair with Thomann, it's really no problem sending anything back, and at least when you're so close to them, like for me in Austria next to Germany,
right.
It doesn't cost anything. I just order it. If I don't like it, I don't even have to say a reason for anything. I just say, I don't like it, take it back. And they do without question. So
that's awesome.
How many days do you have?
30.
Wow, that's great.
So in theory, and what I've heard others also have done, but we're not doing it. We could just order things from Thomann, review it, and send it back. But that's a little sketchy. I will not do something like this.
I heard people in the States doing that with Sweetwater.
Mm-hmm.
To order something, send it back 25 days later. But I agree, I wouldn't be doing that.
I've heard of a couple YouTubers doing that.
Well, I wouldn't want to screw the person too, because if you work, like when I was ordering a lot of stuff from Sweetwater, I would always work with the same guy, and I'm like, I don't want to screw him because,
right?
You know.
Oh, I know what I was looking for. I was like, what the hell am I looking for in the chat? BC Rich says, if ranting repair vids didn't work, there'd be no Dave's World of Fun stuff. But Dave at least knows what the hell he's doing all the time.
Yeah.
Except for that one video that he took down. But anyways, 99.9% of the time. Awesome. Let's see. Oh yeah, my knees hurt. New guitar for my knees hurt yesterday. Got a Rhodes V, I believe it is. Like black and red looking awesome thing. I don't know. Crackle finish maybe? Is there such a thing as a Rhodes V and a crackle? Because I think there is, and that's what he has. What's up, Eddie Van Haskell? Good to see you. Charles 75N. Entertainment value. Well, there is that. If nothing else, I try to be entertaining. If I can't give you knowledge, I at least try to give you a laugh.
So what's the ETA on Charles 75N getting you the fabric?
Oh, well, it was sitting, the guitar was sitting there behind him yesterday on camera with no fabric on the front of it. Again.
Okay.
Couldn't see the back though.
So no pressure, Charles.
Charm, I think, or third time's a charm at this point. I don't know how many times he's done the front. He wants it done right. He's got standards higher than mine.
I think than most of us.
Major Upgrade says, I cut the grass today for the first time. I guess. So it begins. You know, I was thinking that since it was warm out this week, I have to dig out my lawnmower because, Tom, remember I was cleaning up that storage unit last fall, Mark Taft and I?
Yep.
My lawn riding mower is buried under, like, it looks like Hoardersville in my garage right now. So we'll just have to see how that works out. Hello, Mr. Anderson 59. He says, bare knuckle P90s versus Lawler P90s. Any preference? They're both good. Now, I would say probably the Lawlers will have a little more rounder tone. Only, Tom, because Lawlers traditionally have that. They're known for a fullness to their pickup. Like, it's like they just take everything and we raise everything up. More bass, more mids, more high, like just everything. It's just more. Oh, Stephen Holt. Whereas the bare knuckles, I don't know. They'll probably be good as well, but they might not be as full sounding. I'm going to say they might be a little more mid-range focused.
Depends what you're looking for, I guess.
Yeah. And what you're putting them in.
Don't run with the Rhodes V.
Don't. Just too many sharp corners. Too many. And you'll have less if you run around with the Rhodes V. I got to dig out the mower. That's going to suck. Dang it. So I got lazy last fall too, so I'm going to need to cut the grass sooner than later.
That's the advantage of living in an apartment.
I think we got a full acre here. So it takes a bit.
Yep.
Hey, JJ, what's going on?
What's up, Brother James? Hobo Roadie is here as well. For a Gibson Les Paul Special TV Yellow. I'd go with Lawler P90s in that myself. Well, no, the bare knuckles if you're playing a little more edgier stuff. Like if you're going a little punkier, you might want to go with the bare knuckle. If you're playing more blues rock, I'd go with the Lawlers. We got 64 people watching. Nice. And I think I'm 6 edibles in. I think. No, maybe 7. I don't know.
Should be 7. 4 before the show, right?
You need to like change
3 before the show.
Change your name
3
and
before.
put a space after Ben and then put the number you're at, so then you'll know each time. You can just keep changing it.
Yeah, and then I'll have to remember to change it, right? And if I can't change it, that's when we know it's time to.
We're probably already past that.
Yeah. Rich Zeppelin used to have 10 acres with goats. Never had to mow, I bet. Stephen Holtz, 1 bowl in. I think I'm 6 edibles in a bowl. Maybe. I don't know. Adrian Haskell says he created a new species yesterday. He pulled the wings off a fly. He made it walk. Sure, Eddie. Oh, apparently Keith H says 7. All right. I was hoping one of the moderators could probably keep tally for the evening. Depends on if they're keeping up, though.
Ben is 7 in.
All right, well, we'll have another bowl, because why not? 66 watching. Only good can come of this.
Of course.
Of course. So, after yesterday's Zoom call, I kind of made a pedal deal.
Nice. As you do.
Yeah, I kind of have 2 more pedals on the way now.
Of course you do.
Yes, I was talking with Brother Scott Brockaway there. And I will give away, without giving away exactly what they are, I have 2 more DoD pedals on the way, Tom.
Nice.
Because I've made the executive decision, and I'm going to announce it publicly here, that, this was supposed to be the year of the flanger, and everyone started calling it the year of the phaser. Like, okay. Unbelievable. Although I can't think he really calls it the year of the EQ. What's up, other left? Good to see you, my friend. I mean, you know, I'm looking at markets and how gear pricing has been going up on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it has.
But the Dodds haven't yet. So, and I feel
And
there's
they're
only
gonna
64
soon.
people watching. It's not like when Phil McKnight says, "Hey, I like Dodd," and then everybody buys them, or Josh Scott mentions them, or something like that. But I figured this is going to be the year of the Dodd, and I hope to have in possession a dozen or more Dodds by the end of the year.
Nice.
And I currently have 3 with 2 on the way, so I'm well on the way for the year of the Dodd.
I gotta ask, do you have the Supra distortion, SUPRA?
I can neither confirm or deny that I have.
FX55, I think B, or just maybe
I can neither
FX55.
confirm nor deny that I have.
That was my very first drive pedal, first pedal of anything, into a Crate G10.
What's up, Les? Yeah, Rob.
First pedal I ever got. Yep.
Nice. Well, put it this way. All right. Well, we give away. Hopefully, people imbibe, folks, so you don't remember either. So that's one of them that's on the way, Tom.
I want to get one.
And the other pedal, I'm not saying what it is, but when I told Shanahan what I was getting, he offered to trade me his kidney for the other pedal because it is his single-handed one of his favorite pedals of all time. What's up, Lawrence?
Hey, Lawrence.
Yeah. Let's show off the merch. That's right. Yeah, 2 of your spokesmodels on one panel discussion, Lawrence. Please make it the year of Dodd so they'll revive that company. Okay, Michael Krause, let's do it. I love it. So the year of the Dodd. So if people have any spare Dodds that they want to get rid of, let me know, and maybe we can work a deal. I told Rich I missed the DoD envelope filter I sold him. He goes, "What? That was the worst envelope filter I've ever used in my life." I said, "I know. I want it back."
Hey, Lawrence.
We do. We all know our first drive. It's like our first kiss. Boss Distortion Feedbacker, the DF2.
It's funny because I have no idea what my second pedal was. You couldn't pay me for me to remember, but that first one, never forget. You're right.
Oh, well, I got 3 initially. It was the Boss DF2, the Boss Power Supply, and the Boss CE2.
Yeah, Boss CE2 was mine, first one.
My knees hurt. Says Metal Zone, my first pedal. I bet you that's a lot of people's first pedal too.
I remember my buddy that I knew, like that we started playing guitar at the same time. His first pedal was the DoD American Metal.
Oh dear Lord!
My first pedal was the Ditto.
Nice.
That's a good one.
I don't
That's
know if you saw
something.
it from the DoD I picked up last week. Did you catch that?
No, sorry.
Oh. Number 3 in the collection. I picked this up last Monday. The
Hard
Rock
Rock Distortion. I remember that one.
not a good pedal. Not a good pedal.
It looks
The
cool.
the best feature is it does a crappy mimic of a Rockman.
But you know what you need to do? You need to have Lawrence gut that and make that a good pedal.
What is it?
That would be awesome.
That's one
At
great
best.
idea.
I have one of those too.
My first.
That's a
Nice.
good first one.
That's a cool pedal.
Yeah.
Oh, Charles just all right. His first pedal was an LPD 68. Really?
Oh, come on.
Really?
That's
Really?
cheating. It's like saying your first whiskey was like a 50-year single malt or something, you know?
See, I don't even like such old single malts.
Oh, you don't like them?
No?
In around
Because-
2012, 2013, which would have been maybe the second time I'd ever tried Scotch. It was a bottle from 1957. And I tried some just to say that I tried it, and it was some of the nastiest. No. He's like, you can taste the peat moss. I'm like, it tastes moldy.
Yeah.
That's not good. I'm sorry.
Then you even got something really special, because usually when it's that old, it's just bitter. That's my experience with such old single malts, because they are so long in that oak cask. They take so much tannins out. It's just bitter, just like you're taking a bite of a log of wood. So
I think this was
Out
bottled
of the barrel at a lower proof too, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I think it was whatever, like an 8-year-old Scotch bottled in '57, and he bought it at auction because he had more money.
That's something different again, because in the bottle it does not age anymore.
No, it's just old and it's just like
years.
yeah.
But yeah, I had whiskey that was almost 50 years old, really 50 years in a oak cask, and that it was not good, to be honest, really. So my limit is certainly at the age about 30.
Scotch talk. I like it.
The 18-year-old I had with John DeShane months ago or two ago
Is he? Yeah, I would get. It
Glen
used to be
Levitt?
at the liquor store. You could buy the sale. The 18-year-old would be at the 12-year-old price, and I'd buy the 18-year-old Canadian Club, and you'd look. You're like, all right, how much do they have here? Okay, yeah, and you'd pick up a bottle whenever possible because that was top shelf stuff. I forget what I did with it. Drank it, obviously, but what I mixed it with, I don't know.
If you want, I have a really great story with Scotch whiskey.
Do tell.
Yes.
My very first whiskey I've bought has risen in price. When I bought it, it was 65 euros, and I've seen it 2 or 3 years later, can't really recall it, just really a short time, 2 or 3 years later, in a store behind a glass wall for 6,500 euros. This was the very first bottle I've bought.
Whoa.
I'm not repeating it. Scotch. Scotch. Scotch.
So,
Got to be at least 18 years old, right? Scotch talk.
Yeah. Yeah.
so yeah, the thing
I
was,
repeat, I refuse to touch anything less than 18 years old. Scotch.
Got it. Someone should say Scotch once in a while. Well, after saying the ages, late comers get the wrong idea. Yeah, Lauren.
What year is that guitar? Oh, she's a 68. Scotch.
Oh, she's only 16 years old. I prefer those. Scotch. I never thought of it that way. You're right, Lawrence.
so yeah,
That's insane. Though.
Thanks for having our back, Lawrence.
That is insanity.
the thing was, I wanted to try the difference between a 16-year-old, and now we're at it again, and an 18-year-old Scotch. They were distilled at the same time, and the other one was just stored 2 years longer.
Right.
And yeah, they were the same price, so I wanted to try what's the real big difference between when you're buying.
That would be the perfect. I would think the perfect control for that. Same batch,
Yeah.
so in theory, it would taste the exact same at 16. So what does that 2 years do? Does it do anything? Does it do everything?
Exactly. And that's what I've bought. It was a 18-year-old and a 16-year-old Lagavulin distillery edition. And yeah, the 18-year-old was a limited run with just a few bottles, and yeah, a few years later, 2 or 3 years later, it was just multiplied by 100. And obviously that bottle is empty.
Billy Baloney says no whiskey here, just overpriced beer for me. I get it. And as I recall, Billy Baloney has my Boss delay. which we found out the other night when I turned around looking for my Boss delay that I was no longer back here, and I'm like, where the hell did my delay go? And then the next night, Billy's like, oh, by the way, I have your delay. I was like, oh, right. Okay, cool. Dang it. Lawrence loves Scotch. Yes, Lawrence has partaken in the Scotch on here. I think Lawrence was the first guest I ever had that partook in Scotch on air, and Martin carries on the tradition this evening. That's why you two get along so well. It's all about tone, Scotch. I get it. But he says, single malt Highland is his favorite. No, Pete, thank you very much. I also love Japanese whiskey.
I also had the 17-year-old Hibiki, the Japanese one. That one also skyrocketed in price. It's crazy with these things.
I prefer
Yeah.
bourbon.
Our Sears doesn't mind some rum and pineapple juice. I like it. That's just sounds like you listen to Jimmy Buffett and drink that.
This Legion bourbon was pretty good. And it's a mix of a Japanese guy and a Kentucky guy. Two legendary creators behind some of the world's most...
You got to make sure you say that
Come
Scotch
together.
after that.
Master distiller Fred No and chief blender, ooh, here we go, Shinji Fukuyo. Well, yeah, that's a good whiskey for a $50
All right, for the Canadian on the panel, because I'm not sure. What's the best cheap Canadian beer? And I'm like, do we really have cheap Canadian beer? Like, I just guess the major breweries. I just drank Blue or Blue Light.
That's blue, yeah.
You know, I like Blue. I switched to Blue, Tom, for the reason Blue and Blue Light tasted the most similar to me. If that makes, as opposed to Coors Light, Canadian Light. I didn't find they tasted as similar to each other, so I could have a Blue to start off the night at a gig, and then I'd switch to Blue Light, and I wouldn't even notice the difference.
Just don't start the night with XXX brand, or else it's
Oh,
not.
yeah, the problem is nobody ever carried Blue Light. Go to a bar, you're like, you got Blue Light? They're like, what? You'd be lucky if they even had Blue anymore, because Budweiser muscled them out, bastards. Lowenbrow. Never got a chance to try Lowenbrow.
I remember Lowenbrow.
New York City Pizza Sucks says, Ben, have you reviewed Inca Cola? Never heard of it. So no. I'd like to try it.
Inca Cola.
Doug Strong waving the Lakeport banner. Oh, yeah, that was cheaper, but you could tell. Made with the water, straight from the water outside Hamilton. You're like, isn't that Steel Town? That's like Pittsburgh going, we use our own water source. You're like, that's not a selling point.
Yeah. Well, in Pittsburgh, they have Iron City.
Oh, that stuff sucks. It's like
It's
in a
horrible.
black and yellow can.
Horrible.
Dude, somebody brought like 10 cases of that to the races one year, Tom.
In college, it was
At the end of it, there was 9 cases because someone put 1 case in the cooler to begin with.
It's up there with Natty Boh, Natural Bohemian.
Oh,
About
that
the same quality level, yeah. The Beast.
I'm a fan
Iron
of the
City,
Grohl
that's it.
with the
Grohl,
shrink up
there you
lid.
go.
And you pull the washers off,
That's
With
a
strap
good
There's a
one,
guitar
right?
strap holder,
and there's
yep.
strap locks.
Yep.
Strap lock with every bottle.
I'll tell you what I miss. Not Budweiser, but the original Budvar. That stuff's good. Czechoslovakian one.
Octopus here says he loves colas. Awesome. So do I. There's a store in Pasadena that has hundreds of old sodas. It's cool. That would be cool. I didn't discover. My sister pointed out to me, Tom, right around the corner from me at the edge of town, there's a store called the British Isle Shop. And apparently they also sell, one of the things they sell in there is foods. So
Nice.
I'm going to go in there and see if I can find some British soft drinks that I've never heard of and try that.
I miss British ales. There's a brewery there called Witchwood that I really like. They have a beer called Fiddler's Elbow, traditional English style. If you like traditional ales, it's really good. Although with my heart now, I can't drink any alcohol. But
good to see you. Canadian Club and Pepsi. I couldn't do whiskey and cola. For me, it was Canadian Club and Canada Dry. And my God, I could drink 4 of those before the ice cubes melted.
Ryan Ginger's
Yeah. Oh, a lot of Ryan Ginger. That's when you go to the wedding for the cousin you barely know, and they're like, open bar. You're like, Ryan Ginger night. I'm drinking like 23 of those tonight.
Long Island. I go hard on Long Island. But I would usually ask the bartender to make them from scratch with the liquor from the bottles rather than use the premix. It makes a lot.
Iron Brew. I remember Iron Brew.
A good sarsaparilla. I don't know if I've ever had a sarsaparilla.
Like the root beer.
I have had a Sapporo. I have had a Foster's, and I agree. Foster's is death.
Ben, I think the chat's going easy on you.
I think they are. Thank God.
Foster's tastes like river water. Yeah, about.
Yeah, what are we up to? 7, Tom says. And they have kicked in.
Perfect.
I just don't want a chain wave that all of a sudden, oh, here, eat 4. Fortunately, we have 2 in the chamber still in case that happens, but we shall see. Sioux City Sarsaparilla. That sounds refreshing.
When you said 2 in the chamber, all I could think about was something else. All right, I gotta take a 5-minute break. I got one in the chamber. My son gets so annoyed, I'll just be walking along because we only have one bathroom upstairs and no one wants to go, downstairs to the basement. So I'm like, got one in the chamber. Anyone need to use the bathroom first? He's like, oh, shut up. Don't have to say that. You don't have to announce it. I'm like, it's all guys in the house.
Terry's got the complete stats. 7 edibles, 2 bowls.
Oh, Mickey's Big Mouth. No. Oh, you got to get the little grenade bottles, though, if you're going to get that. Peels is the worst. Peels is pretty bad, yeah.
Nice. We got 69 people watching.
Big job.
Zach is pissed off because he can't get his favorite radio station from Oshawa that's only an hour up the road. Yeah, because you moved into the Trent Valley, so as a result, you can't get any radio except pretty much local or across the lake and get Rochester stations. Or get an antenna on your roof.
Schmidt-faced.
What's up, Philly G?
I only had absinthe once in England when I was living there for a while.
I haven't knowingly. I put it that way. There's been a few crazy nights, but I don't know. And there might have been.
I think I had in the Czech Republic, but I don't remember properly.
Exactly. Like there's certain times in my life where I've been in certain situations where I really don't know exactly what happened the entire evening.
It's like experiences. I had a layover at the airport once in Reykjavik, coming back from England, and it was like 3 hours. And so I see this little bar where they have shot glasses made out of frozen ice, and these very, very attractive Icelandic women were the bartenders. So I was like, yeah, I'll get a couple shots of vodka.
I get it. Yes, Keith, I have had cream soda. I have not liked cream soda since I was like 10 years old. Too sweet for me. First time I had tequila. Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know.
Oh, good tequila. Okay.
Over Christmas, I tried a fabulous tequila. I can't recall what the name of it is, but the lid for the bottle contains like a 1.5, 2 ounce shot.
Oh, okay.
And it's a guave. It's real, and it's with
real guave. Yeah.
Oh, delicious! It's like $250 a bottle. And it was
I think the first time I had tequila, somebody bought me a shot in a bar, and I was like, "Oh, all right, whatever." I'm like, "Well, so that's tequila, nice." And then I acquired a taste for it.
Real tequila and well tequila is like saying real sushi and supermarket sushi. You know, like
yeah.
It's just not the same thing.
Hello, Mike. Mike Capsimelis. Yes. All right. Apparently, I'm not that bad off. Still say his name, kind of. No better or worse than usual.
Oh, it's $150, $149.
Take absinthe with laudanum. Yeah, that would be an interesting evening.
Stephen Holt's family likes to take out the tequila at all events. I bet you have loud family events. Tequila just seems to turn up the volume on everything. I get it. Octopus here says bowl number 3. Well, I'd prefer to do an edible. So we'll just have another one. We'll just take her up to 8. Damn. Oh, we got some other flavors in here. What do we got? What's that one?
Keith H said his kids bought him a bottle of Cabo Wabo. Yeah, that's supposed to be good. Not cheap either, I heard. I think Sammy sold that company. I don't know if he still owns part of it or not.
Totally good
But
idea.
apparently he made like $50 million from that tequila company. Not that he needed it, but you know. Avion tequila. Never had that one.
Hip Metalworks is joining in.
There you go.
So I probably never had really good tequila.
Yeah, if you, I mean, Symmetry can probably tell you more because I'm not like a tequila aficionado. But when you have really good tequila, I've only had it like 1 or 2 times, but or anyone else, it's a lot smoother. I mean, every time I've had tequila, like at a bar, I'm just like,
Thanks, Lawrence. Screw it.
Share the screen
what's
of
up,
the liquor
Lawrence?
if it's okay with Ben.
Just to take it up to 9. Why not?
I just love Martin's glass.
What's that? Green?
I can almost smell how good that smells just looking at your glass.
Hey, Jim Woodard.
Nice.
What flavor was that, Ben?
Ben's like, I
Nice.
don't know. I don't remember.
Oh, that was good. That was lime. Speaking of
lime,
going,
okay.
Oh, lime's great. Yeah.
yeah, that was good. These are really, really good.
I bet they're gonna keep getting better.
This stuff was absolutely delicious.
All right, so Tom, you can update your screen name because we're now 9 in. And whoever wants to do the math, 9 times 6 1/4. Whatever the hell that is. So what am I looking at here? Symmetry.
That's the tequila I tried back over the holidays. And in the lid of this is like
Oh,
a
wow.
shot. So there's like this, and then
Oh,
one
yeah.
little shot left in the lid.
Extra añejo, that's the good stuff.
And it was sweet,
Pure
and
agave, yeah.
no burn. It didn't even taste like alcohol. It was
Smooth,
like
right?
Syrup of gods.
Doesn't it remind you of like really? The only thing I can compare it to is like really high-end sake. It doesn't taste bad. It's just smooth. Boner jams.
You ever tried
Now
it?
look, Boner James is talking. Nice.
Hey, Boner.
You gonna read that one,
Awesome.
Ben?
Do I want to do a 10th one or do I use one of my catch-ups? All right, now I only have 1 in the chamber. Still, we're 9 in because I'm like, I just ate 2 back to back. All right, thank
There
you.
you go. Jim Water did the math. Thank you. Yeah, 54 and 2 1/4. Yeah, 56.
I don't know. For those who do edibles more than me, I'm looking at you, Michael B, because you're my spirit animal tonight. So 56 milligrams, is that a fair amount of edibles for an evening?
Yep. I think you could stop now and still ride that out for a few hours. Can't hear you, Mike.
Do we get a graph with all the stats at the end?
But the thing you guys said about the tequila being so smooth and sweet, that reminds me of that honey liquor that I had from Serbia once. Man, that thing was crazy. I also had something above 60%, and I had a Serbian friend with me where we had this, and he was just like, "Be aware, this is not meat. This is this is strong stuff."
Wow.
I took a sip. gave it to the next guy. He did not get it. I thought he got it because he was just standing right next to me. And he was like pouring it down, like nothing. And we both, hey man, stop it right there. 15 minutes later, he was flat there. Nothing.
No doubt. Jim, I agree. That's the new dessert. I think everybody will be microdosing, especially now, Tom, that you can get like little 5 milligram edibles. Like you eat one of those, especially after a few days of doing that, one a day type thing. Probably wouldn't even notice it, but you'd just be whatever, more relaxed, happy, calm.
Makes it easier to deal with family get-togethers.
Just to sleep. These things that make you have just about 115 milligram. A good solid 4 hours where you can sleep and wake up.
There we are. I usually do a 50 milligram take. See, that's the thing, because like Tom and I have talked about it, especially a lot off air. I don't have much of a history with edibles because they haven't really worked for me in the past. So, or I'm drinking as well, so I can't tell. Like, that's one of the reasons tonight I was like, I'm curious. I'm like, how much of this can I do in an evening type thing? Feeling pretty good, but
I'm at about 40, and I'm not sure what that's going to do yet.
yeah. Well, I'm feeling pretty good at this point. I'll tell you that much.
Not like the old days where you just make a batch of brownies with a 1/4 ounce of hash and cut it into 7 pieces and hope more or less that there was a gram in each piece. And one
Right.
guy, another guy would be like, I'm not feeling nothing.
Yeah. And John just thought, are you feeling it? I am. I'm feeling pretty damn good, so that's good. In fact, those are dirt cheap too. I was shocked. $10 a bag. John DeShane says it'll hit me in a couple of days.
And I hate to bring science into it, but if you wanted to know exactly how many, you could just count how many are left.
That's true. John DeShane's like, I'd be calling an ambulance. Nah, worst case, I click end broadcast and I go to bed. Which we should remind people that are missed the beginning of the show. This show could end at any time. This could go south at any time, so you may not get a big farewell or anything like that. All of a sudden, if I'm like, oh boy, here we go. They do taste good, though. Damn. Too good.
Octopus here said he had some legit German honey liquor. It was honey, but it got you drunk.
Yeah, and now multiply this about 3 times with the alcohol content with the Serbian one. And you don't taste anything of really alcohol in there. You also have the feeling of it being just honey. And yeah, I'm really thankful of my friend that was really a friend and told me beforehand.
Yeah,
exactly, Hobo Roadie. I swear I've eaten 75 or 100 milligrams in the past, and it was like, eh. Favorite album to listen to while buzzed? Floop-de-doo asks. He says, me, 2112.
It changes. It totally depends on the mood. Sometimes
I watch live concerts on YouTube.
Slayer, sometimes Megadeth.
Dinosaur Jr. I get in Dinosaur Jr. when I'm really high.
Pink Floyd, The Wall is always a classic.
Yeah. I haven't tried a Wonka bar. I don't know if I can get them around here. Then again, the places I go aren't technically legal, so.
Of course you do, Bonner Jams. Of course you do.
Lucky Sevens band, and I don't know if I actually said hello to LRM Guitars. Wang!
Wang!
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, sweet sugar.
Yeah. Sambuca, another evil. Jagger, evil.
Why not? JJ goes for Jar of Flies. Not a great album, yeah. A lot of.
That's a really good. That used to be my go-to. I love the all the J Mascis solo albums. Those are good too.
I did Dirt the
That.
other day just for the hell of it.
I don't know what color that is, but I want to try it. Ooh, that's almost like more of a bluey green. What's that? Apple?
This is
Sour
a
green
dog
apple?
boy.
Granny Smith?
Yeah.
That looks
Not
like a
famous.
dog bone.
Well, we got that one out of the way.
Was that one not so good?
Not a fan of. I've never been a fan of sour green apple.
Oh,
What's up, what's up, robot?
Robot
It's
Master?
only going to go downhill from here, Tom. Because you know the ones I ate half an hour ago are now like, hey,
Oh,
remember
yeah.
us? Yeah.
what's up, robot?
Meanwhile, the first ones we had off air before the show even started yet are like, we're still here.
We're still
Go in
here,
the
and the
hurry.
other ones are like, but wait, we're coming down the line. It's like, you know, you're going down a water slide, and then the people at the top don't wait for the people at the bottom to get out.
Yeah, the stomach keeps letting more in. And it's like, I haven't dealt with these yet.
All of a sudden, you see Ben like,
Hey, brother Aaron, who may or may not have been on last week. Was that last week? Wait. Yeah.
Recently, nevertheless.
That was last week.
Okay, thank you. Just damned if I ever remember. Do I have a Reverb link? No, I don't, Gear Junkie. I've never sold anything on Reverb. Why? Or do they do like a Reverb wish list? I don't know how that. I don't know. I browse Reverb. I use it as my point of reference for pedal values.
That's, yeah, you check prices.
Yeah. I'll look at 10, average it out. You know.
look at their
See
little
that-
graph.
I don't like that most Reverb ads don't actually they just say plus shipping and they don't specify what the shipping cost is.
Yeah, I hate that too.
You know, because it used to be, you'd see one guy, hey, I got this pedal for $80 and $20 shipping. You're like, okay, so it's going to cost me $100. Another guy's like, hey, I got this pedal for $60. You're like, hey, he goes, $40 shipping. You're like, really? Oh,
That's
Okay.
even worse when you're in Europe. About
Yeah.
90% is at your end of the world and not on mine, so it's pretty much useless on most parts for me. And yeah,
Is there
also
Europe reverb?
you can use Reverb just from Europe as well, and there are also sellers from Europe.
Yeah, I was just saying maybe they put the sellers all under one thing so you wouldn't know shipped so far.
You can filter by it, so you can filter for
Yeah.
things that are just in Europe and so on. But that one is fairly small in comparison to the whole scheme of Reverb, obviously. And also, the prices I've noticed are way over the place for what it's on our used local market, so on our local used markets. And yeah, for example, what I've noticed, I'm always looking for some Gibson Classic 57 pickups because I love them in pretty much anything. And yeah, I'm trying to find some of those, always with the ones that are core splittable because I really like the core split sound. Ben, you've heard it on the last time I've been on the 335.
Yeah.
And yeah, those were about 100 to 140 euros used for a pair here on my local market. And when I look on Reverb, they are always about 200 euros. So it's not really representative of what is the current value on my local market.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
yes, robot, we're 10 in. Tom's
I
behind me.
got to update my thing I was going to say.
Okay, that's okay. I think Aaron is just devising some evil plan. But yeah, every time if we do a super chat or someone becomes a channel member at $5 or higher level, I'll eat gummies.
If it helps you, Ben, I start to feel that one as well.
Nice. Robot says, time for the Stoner Doom soundtrack. Yeah, I could play with some bassy gain. And did I tell you, Tom, I found a Big Muff clone around here I didn't even know I had?
That's cool.
Yeah. I've yet to plug it in. It's made it as far... It's over here waiting, I guess. That's where pedals go to in limbo. It's sort of like the aircraft circling around waiting to land at the airport. They're all, holding pattern over there. So
pedal purgatory.
That's a good question over there. Is there gonna be a black market for vacuum tubes? Just wondering.
Oh dear Lord.
I'm hoping some will step up and make a.
Oh, Aaron wants me to do 2 at $10. See, I was just doing 1 per super chat, and I do have 1 in the barrel. But you know what? I'm going to do 2. So you can update your screen accordingly on that, Tom. I don't know. What does that take us up to a dozen?
Oh, yeah.
Great, Les. I hope yours will be coming in a better condition than Lucas was.
All right. This looks like a brighter green and, I don't know, reddish orange. I can't tell. The lighting in here sucks. I got blue lights going on. We shall see. All right. Let's go with the green one first.
Well, Octopus Ears, we've talked already with Lars. He already knows the story about the Meteora.
Owner Jams, we got some little bit of leftover Jameson from St. Patty's Day.
Nice.
But I'm
What's
breaking
that
it
one?
still yet.
You guys can't
That
hear
was
the
mango.
sound, right?
The lime and the mango.
Milligram gummies, of which I've had 1, so I probably should eat one.
Oh, dear
Catch up. That'll put me at 30 milligrams.
I just quickly did the math, and I'm like, okay, I'm pushing 75 now.
I'm smoking big fat joints of weed. I got a beer.
Oh, dear Lord.
So that's where we're at.
All right, I still technically have 1 in the chamber.
Now
Now
we're
it starts
talking.
going, Ben.
Oh, do I do a 13th right now?
Of course you do.
Of course I do.
You better pump the brakes a little there, man.
Oh, Christ. Twang. All right, can I use the spare now, Michael, for that one? Because you got your, it looks like you're about to contribute. Thank you. All right. So we'll be up to 14.
Put it on now so I don't
20 in a
forget.
package, right?
What's that?
20 in a package?
Yeah. This package is getting pretty light, I'm going to say. Les is back. All right, how many are left in there? Because I wouldn't be surprised if they put extra in here. You see 3, 6.
They heard you were coming, they put extra in. Like,
Yeah,
he's
'cause
doing
I
that
think I
show
see
on
7
Sunday.
left
You
in
gotta
there.
Put a couple extra in.
Oh, dear Lord. How many more are in there? Jesus Christ.
Aaron said he announced it. Now time to pay for it.
Here it is.
My
Yeah,
music
7 more.
is
Oh,
my
Christ, 3 of them are green apple.
Yes, Ben is on Rumspringa time. Exactly.
Oh, I don't know. Just, I know what I'm getting into at this point.
He's
Either
ready
way,
to
we're
go to a
working.
barn dance.
So we could potentially do 21. What's that? That's like 125 and change. I don't know. 6.25 milligram times 21. What's that going to do to me? That's, 130-ish. Yeah, why not do 130 milligrams on there, Michael B?
Yeah, like 136.25.
131.25?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
What's wrong with that?
I
Yeah.
added an extra 5.
And I'm sure the 2 bowls did nothing.
Although you might be safe because your tolerance, although you don't have edibles that much, your tolerance of THC in general is much higher. So you might.
Well, see, this is the thing, Tom. We know I can smoke a fair amount, but I don't know edible because sometimes that works with people where you have no tolerance to edibles.
Because it's processed by the liver, yeah.
When it comes to weed in general, I think you're either the kind of person that's just gonna, strap in and go for the ride, or you're the kind of person that's gonna
I'm
freak
well
out.
along for
If
the
you're gonna
ride.
freak out, then you're, one of those stories of someone who freaks out. But otherwise, you're gonna go to sleep for 2 days.
Exactly.
It's going to take down the whole bag live.
No, I think Tom's right at this point. Hey,
We'll have 15, 16.
Boomster Black. Yeah, I think we're at 14, Aaron.
Boomster Black, about an hour, I think.
Uh, 14 in roughly an hour and a half. Because I think Michael B popped on at about 1:45, Tom. Because I wanted to get a head start. Because they're like, they can take a while to kick in. Guess what, Tom? Apparently fucking not.
Every time you think it's going to be 45 minutes, it ends up being like 15 minutes.
Well, see, this thing, I said to Michael, I read it on the packet, it said may take up to 2 hours. I was planning on going live up to 4 hours tonight, just in case. Well, that just fast forwarded by, I just chopped that 4th hour off. That was chopped off 15 minutes in because I was like, oh, okay. Hey, Prince.
It's quality, not quantity.
Yeah.
Robot wants to see you melt.
See, I knew. I saw the phone earlier. And he's like, yeah, you can use that spare that you had before the show. Yeah, because I'll make a point of offsetting that. So I guess this is 15. All right, what's that? That's, well, at least 90 before we add up all the 0.25s.
Nice.
Oh, Christ. This is green apple, too. Great.
Man, it's not helping me either.
Somebody sent me a pizza live on air. I scared the fuck out of me.
93.75.
It's not helping me either with the 60% whiskey with the cask strength.
Good stuff.
And it's
like
2 a.m.
5.
where Martin is.
Oh, I'm not doing them 5 per, Aaron. I did that for you, but no. Oh, thanks, Gunnerman.
See, I think the 5 should be invalid now.
Of course, Boner.
Oh, Christ. Oh, well, Boner did it anyway, so 17. All right, 2. That's 2 more.
And Gear Junkie. Gear Junkie 35.
Yeah, that's 2 more.
It's like when someone starts winning at the craps table, everyone just piles their chips on.
Yep. Great. All right. There's number. So what's this? 16 and 17 now, Tom?
Yeah, 17. Yep, 16 and 17.
And they need to get more expensive now.
We're doing a 3. Somebody can explain it. A 320 special. Where whenever someone pins a super chat, I'm doing an edible.
Have a good night, Gear Junkie.
Oh, no, I'm going to read these.
Did you read Boner Jams? That was the best. Stream on his OnlyFans account. A well-lit pants-off stream. Oh, that's great.
All right, talk to you soon, Gear Junkie 35. Christ.
Lauren said you're going to be lit for 30 days.
How can Boner Jams be handsome and funny? Jeez.
Man, and I have to get up in 5 hours to work again.
Well, if you do need to dip out, Martin, I understand. That I wasn't expecting you to do the whole show, but it's awesome that you're here.
I'm not leaving you alone, man.
The show will just be Tom and Terry. No, Aaron. He's like, no, I have one video in the can. But guess what? I was planning on doing a bunch more soda pop tasting videos. They're not that hard to do. I could do it. Hit Metalworks. Oh, man. It's going to be crazy. Can we fast forward half an hour and see what happens?
Tomorrow he can.
The only thing I didn't prepare for tonight was putting aside a bunch of munchies just in case. Dang it.
Rookie.
Yeah. I have not seen those Robot Master Switch. Mary Jane's Cannabis Sodas. I'd give it a shot.
You need those for next time.
What am I calling tomorrow's show? Oh, we'll do tomorrow's show. Can you do Moxie Soda? I'm not familiar with Moxie Soda. I'll keep an eye out for it. Like I'm going to remember any of these suggestions tomorrow, right, Tom?
That's
It's like
true.
eating a can of dirt.
That's what Aaron and Terry are good friends for, because they're like, yeah, you said you'd do this. Dang it!
People in Maine love it. They have a festival every year in the summer.
Yes, I have, Aaron. All 17 have been consumed at 6.25 milligram each. So do the math.
17 is 106.25 grams.
I'm just waiting for Charles to just put in like this many edibles equals all the milligrams. He did all of them.
I got a Google page open with 16.25 times.
Keith. I saw the Jones green apple soda the other day, Joe, and I was like, I don't like green apple, but I might do that. Is Boner Jams taken off? I saw your comment on. So. Have a good night, my friend. Thanks again for the shirt. The ladies do not.
He is the man.
But,
How do I get one of those shirts, Boner? Right, tell me.
well, yeah, Charles, you can't now, right?
Should have had a package with the CD I bought.
Terry says tomorrow's show will be renamed after Canadian tries to play guitar. I don't know.
I like
Let's see
it,
what
well.
happens 100 milligrams in.
I think the Boner Jam shirt is the most limited shirt ever. There's only a handful of them made, right, Ben?
I'd like one in green. Yeah.
20 minutes later, we have this spaced out jam. Ben just starts putting every pedal on.
We're wiring.
Where are the pots? There are the pots.
All right, see you, Stephen
And then-
Holt. Good night. Thanks for stopping in.
Then we're making a latency jam, right?
Thanks, brother. Love you, Boner.
Right?
How do I get a shirt boner?
Oh, Gunnerman, thank you. Well, apparently we're doing 18 now. Okie dokie. Oh,
112.5 grams.
oh
Now
jeez.
you're getting up there.
Ah, they're just
Definitely getting relaxed, I'll tell you that much.
Behind them. Stick with 6 more. Don't need 6 more. 6 in a bit.
Yeah. Oh, man. You know what I'm feeling? I'm starting to feel a nice body stone coming on, which I haven't felt in about 8 years.
Better have your armrests down.
Just be all leaning back, put my feet up.
Enjoying you channeling your inner guitar player there.
No, Zach, I haven't seen that yet.
I still got nothing. I'm waiting.
Ooh. All right.
Calm
What do
before
we
the
have?
storm. I think
So there
Roxy
should be
Blues
what,
nailed
3
it.
left in there. Yep. Because apparently there was a bonus one.
Gotta love that. Baker's dozen.
Metalworks is like, there's more to come. Yeah, we shall see.
I hope you don't have Laz's experience rolling down a set of stairs.
Last lefty's back.
Yeah, and I don't have the best sense of balance to begin with. So, yay!
I'm lucky to have no stairs in my apartment.
Yeah, it'll be a fun rest of the evening, I'm sure. Probably end the show, put on some music, and just relax. And stare at the ceiling.
You're gonna need the munchies that we spoke of earlier. I'm sure you can forage for something.
Oh, yeah.
Spring now, the snow has melted.
Exactly. Well, I'm sure I could figure something out.
I noticed Ben's leaning back in the chair a little more.
Damn straight.
Kind of the spring equinox, right? Isn't it? Are we in a third? That's right.
Getting there.
21st, I guess, technically, right?
Doug Strong says the real treat would be doing this week's videos filmed in about an hour and a half. Love to see a DoD review. Have
I got this DoD pedal.
I don't know if I... Have I?
How about your first cooking
Maybe
video?
my octave pedal. Yeah, Octopus ears. I do have a whole second bag, but we'll see. We shall see.
Ben has another bag. Yep.
I have a box of Captain Crunch in the cupboard. Just
Well, clearly, Michael B. and Tom live in the same subdivision because you guys bought off the same developer. I see.
We
You
did,
guys
yeah.
have number 3.
I didn't pay for the piano though.
No, Laz. That scared the fuck out of me the last time. Aaron and was it Aaron and Mars Man did that? Ordered the pizza for my birthday show. Scared the crap out of me.
I remember that.
There we go. Why not have a bowl too?
Yep, birthday pizza.
Joe S., you looking at any new guitars? I am not. I'm looking at pedals. I'm in pedal mode again. How about you, Tom? Looking at for any guitars?
Not right now. Just looking to figure out how to play them.
Exactly. Symmetry?
kind of the same, but you know what I need is a 112 cab to travel with, to take the little DSL-1 with me on the road. Cause I got a road trip next month. I got to go through the interior of BC and do a bunch of service calls for work. And I'm like, well, what am I going to take? So I got this thing, which is my Valve State 20 that I kind of started with. It's terrible. You know, it's what you'd expect a $50 amp sound like, I guess. Maybe $100 amp. That's not totally terrible, but you know, after playing through two, it's hard. But the little DSL-1's beauty through the 412. So I need a 112 that I can take with the on the road with me.
Right.
Now,
Crenard's back. He says, y'all still going? First of all, I love the fact that we got a European using y'all. Love it.
What's up, Crenard?
I think what I may do is get a couple of vintage 30s to mix with these G12T that are in there now, and then take one of these and build a box for it. I have to dust off some of my woodworking equipment to do that.
See, Laz says I don't have to, but I just had a bowl, so we might as well make it 19 and 3 bowls.
Yeah, Pooh, for me it's not early, it's late.
Ben, now you're almost 20 in.
No, we're only at 19.
19.75.
No, I said almost 20.
Oh. Oh, I see what you're doing, you bastard. And it's funny because this is the bag that Aaron said I'd eat before the show would even like we'd even make it to tonight.
Oh, there you go.
All right. Is someone going to make me finish the bag? That's the question.
$10 for that one. Come on, that's gonna be a big one.
Yeah, it has to cost more.
Especially since he's had several in the last that long.
Yeah, I know. I just realized I like killed off like what 6 in the last 20 minutes.
Give or take.
20's his lucky number.
That's Omino. Yeah.
What's up,
Paulie
Pooh Ninja?
Walnut.
So we have.
Now
I need a
it's-
stand or something so you can
Stop,
see it on
Pooh.
camera.
Finish my beer.
Should I be next up with if I'm looking at any guitar or anything?
Yeah. Are you looking for anything, Martin? Got to ask you.
I'm not looking for a guitar, but I'm looking mainly at studio stuff
Oh yes.
because I have a basement room downstairs of my apartment, and that one I should finish about this this spring or summer, at latest summer. And with that one, I would like to have some really good DI where I can add at least 4 inputs and record some things and get everything done in there. So yeah, this is what I'm looking for. Not so much guitars, because I don't really have the space to add more guitars. I have everything on guitars that I would like to have. And yeah, I'm also really fine with my pedal board.
Somebody asked me to stand up. We'll see. I'm debating it. I just don't really want to get up right now.
So how many do you have left in the bag now?
All Dave, all night.
There you go. See, now that's worth it.
Number 21, folks.
Well, if that
Ooh,
requires
he's
another
going back
pour.
in.
I like that. $20 for Ben to stand up.
I'm gonna switch the bullet just for a minute because I need some bourbon.
Oh, that was
I feel
good.
kind of weird. I don't actually lust over any gear.
So, yep, that is done, folks. She is empty.
Hold on.
She's
Yeah.
down.
So we're halfway.
And then Krenar, after the 1176 compressors, he's going to be talking about Pultec EQs for like 2 months.
All right, so what's 21 times 6 1/4?
Well,
That- we did
Krena,
That was
you don't want to
131.
trade for the 68.
BC Rich, I see us randomly talk about the Theodore.
Michael
God,
Krause,
man.
you're right. Guitars are cheap compared to studio gear. Studio gear, you can go as high as you want.
Any good pedal switches,
Question for the-
switchers that aren't $700? No.
Can you get good studio monitors for under $500? Good pair.
There you go, Aaron.
Yeah.
26.5.
No, it's got to be more than that. Because even if they were 6 apiece, that's 126 right there. 6 1/4. Ooh, the quarter makes all the difference. Or so I'm told.
131.25.
Ooh,
Well, I
all
get
right.
What's 5 milligrams when you get up to that level?
Terry's wondering how I'm still alive right now. He's been awfully quiet in the chat. He's like, I don't get it. I don't get it. See, because in your absence, Tom, I'm not saying Terry may have imbibed in a couple liquid relaxation beverages on air,
Good relaxation.
but he kind of took over your duties in that respect,
Nice.
as co-host. Yeah.
And he was wondering how you could ever function.
He's like, you're not gonna. He's like, you're gonna get 5 in, maybe 10. I'm like, I don't know. I've been training. I've been working hard here.
You have to have life goals.
Well, I won't go pro though. I want to keep my amateur status for the Olympics. Just in case.
Kennard saying Cali Audio has some decent speakers.
No, Keith. I'd be the guy paying the $1 to see someone else do it.
Well, Craner, not everyone gets the deals you get since Gear Strict 42.
Ninja says absinthe and LSD next week.
Ben was the guy that would eat a bug for $1 in high school. That guy.
No.
No, we didn't need the $1. Just need the dare.
It's all about the
Hot
thrill.
sauce guys.
The
There was
money's
always the hot
secondary.
sauce guys. Drink half a bottle of Tabasco for $5.
That's right, Aaron. You could melt into the shirt, and only the hat glasses and boner face would still be there.
But then I couldn't reach the end thing. But so far, we're an hour and a half in and a bag in. Yeah, the only mission post-show, other than ending the broadcast, would be I have to turn off a certain light upstairs, which lets Dad know that I'm not on air anymore, as he calls it. You on air tonight? Like it's a radio show, Tom. Okay. Different generation, different lingo. I love it, right? So what I do is I turn on a hall light right outside his bedroom. So it's like a studio on light. So he knows that way, okay, if that light's on, I stay off the internet. So I have to, which means if I'm make it that far, that's right outside the washroom anyway. So you might as well take a leak and then, tuck yourself into bed for the next 12 hours. And while passing through the kitchen, grabbing whatever edible food that doesn't really require any preparation, right? And then you wake up the next morning with a lot of food in your bed and regret, no, because we're having a good time.
Food Ninja said, will Ben pee himself?
Well, he hasn't consumed a lot of fluids. I mean, what are you, halfway through that bottle of blood orange?
Oh, not even.
No, see, the thing is, he'll wake up, go take a piss, come back, go to sleep, and he just
He
won't
should probably
remember
drink some
waking
water.
up.
Until we get the-
Oh, yeah. Oh, I got a big thing of water as well.
There we go. Bueno.
Oh, yeah. Plan on chugging that down before bed regardless.
That's a good plan, Ben.
Yeah.
I'm almost losing my my speech right now.
It's all good, right? I was thinking, if I was doing shots, man, I would not be talking right now. It'd be that frustrated moonshine show where my jaw goes completely numb, but I'm still coherent up here.
And I have to add, I had 3 shots, 3 shots before because my favorite team won the biggest game of the year this year.
Nice.
All right.
For football, so I'm a big Barcelona fan, and they beat Real
I was
Madrid.
watching the game today. Wasn't it a great game?
That was amazing. They really they killed them on all aspects of the game. So
I'm a huge football fan, and I watched that game today too, and it just phenomenal.
It was
I can see
so
why you
amazing.
celebrated.
Yeah, so I already had 3 before the show, so yeah. Now I'm really wasted. I'm struggling to read the comments.
You gotta have a beverage when you're watching some footy,
I kind of gave up.
Oh, I know.
Sure.
I can only imagine Kunar. He's like, and Martin's whiskey is strong. Yeah, I know.
I believe it.
Yeah, it's not like he's mixing Jack and Cokes or anything like that either.
They don't put crap in a fancy bottle like that. If you're gonna have a fancy bottle like that.
But when you go that cologne or booze, it's that fancy.
58.5%. Are you kidding me? Yeah, that is strong.
Woo.
That's straight from the barrel. The whiskey I'm having is mostly single casks. We have a special store close to my home where they sell mostly really single casks. So they are
They don't
straight
cut it
from
all.
the barrel, only one cask. And the thing is, it's really interesting. I also had sister casks. Have you heard the term of sister
No.
casks? Sister casks are casks that were stored right next to each other. They had the cask number, for example, 630 and 631. And both of these casks can be really different. One, due to the density of the wood and everything, can have really a lot lower alcohol percentage. In the end, when they were distilled at the same time and they were bottled at the same time. But one has, for example, 56% and the other one has 48%, for example.
Wow.
And you get the gist of it that it's the same whiskey, but you don't really. Yeah, there is a lot of difference in these casks, and so they have their edges, and none of these whiskeys is the same as the others. So each time I'm getting them, I can taste them, I can see do I like it, do I not like it for some particular reason, and get to choose that bottle that I like. And
That's cool.
yeah, that's really special and cool. But the downside of it is, if you get one bottle that you really enjoy and you really want it, yeah, there are only 100 bottles or something of this because it's just that one single cask.
That one cast.
Very artesian.
Yeah.
Very
And
craft.
they are usually bottled in the strength that it was in the cask, because what you get normally in the stores is watered down to about 40 to
Right.
45, 46%, something like this. And that's always diluted with water. And sometimes, even with these cask strength whiskeys, it's an advantage if you add just a few drops of water. So you get some flavors that are coming out with the water.
Mm.
Just a couple
So-
drops. So it doesn't take
that-
much.
Yeah, it doesn't drink much. It's just a few drops that you insert, and some of those whiskeys, I have some favorite whiskeys that are changing their flavor without adding any water about every 15 minutes, just with the air that gets into it for about 2 to 3 hours. But they are quite expensive, so yeah, that's that. But those are my favorite whiskeys. I drink one glass of whiskey one evening and I'm just smelling it all evening, and it changes the taste all the time.
What's up, Jay?
Find when you're drinking the good stuff too, you can get pretty hammered and not hurt the next day. It's not like a hangover. You know, you can still feel it, but it's not nearly as painful as it could be if you were drinking shite.
Very true. Very true. Yeah, I've noticed this as well. I got so hammered,
New
and the
Year's
next
Eve
day,
show where I was hammered. It was straight
See you,
whiskey. I
Joe.
drank a whole bottle of whiskey, but it was good whiskey that whole night. And by the next night, I was hurt.
So we should recap for since we have the legend himself, Jay Hannon, in the chat.
Guitar player for
Coming
Gizmos.
over? Yeah, Jay.
Um,
Cheers, brother.
Just to recap, so I had this bag of edibles, Jay, and we kind of finished an entire bag. So we're what? Would you say, Tom? 131 milligrams in?
He's making you proud, Jay.
What are we at? 21 in? Yeah, at 131.25 grams.
Hey, John,
Does that mean we need more?
in 3 bowls.
Open your second bag?
I haven't had a reason to open the second bag yet.
Perfect. Well, we're only halfway in. We got
Oh yeah. I'm feeling
John
them.
is saying,
I'm not
asks,
gonna lie.
how
but-
does it taste? Straight alcohol? Not at all. That's the thing. If you take really good quality whiskey, it does not taste straight like alcohol, not at all.
The vapes wouldn't count. It's just nicotine. I live off that.
Because the thing is, when I have whiskey like this over here, you feel that it's warm, that it's strong, and you have a real intense taste on the mouth. But it's not the alcohol that you smell and not the alcohol that you taste. As a tip that I can give any one of you when tasting whiskey, if you smell the alcohol, you probably make the mistake to smell on the bottom side of the glass, because alcohol is heavier than the air, denser than the air, so it gets out on the bottom side of the glass. So if you smell on a whiskey glass, smell on the top side of it.
I always come in with a slow approach, because some you want to savor in a little more than others, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do want to come in kind of like as a chopper into that little.
3 pounds, 1 pop.
But many make the mistake to just put the nose on the bottom end of the glass, and that one will give you pretty much all the alcohol of it. And yeah, to get that one off, there's also the trick to just blow into the glass for just a short time, so the alcohol gets out, and then smell it again. So yeah.
Some of us like the alcohol.
And then it builds up all the flavors again.
Everyone's doing well, Jay. Hope you're doing well. Saw some photos of the lovely family celebrating St. Paddy's Day. Oh, just got the Jake break going. Sure. Jesus. Oh no. Martin, you know this as well as anybody. Don't let this nice, smiley guy, when he does his videos, fool you. He's a bad influence.
Oh, I know all too well. We're having a Skype group chatting
nice
with Charles every day. So.
Oh, boy. And no matter the super chat size, I'm only doing one at a time in bag 2. Jeez Louise. Even Michael's going, yep, that's a smart decision. Oh, man. I ripped too much of the top. There we go. Ooh, all right.
But I love that guy. I can't say anything else about him. He's great. Just a great guy to hang and to talk, and yeah. A good person.
I wonder if that's the same batch or not. That one has more of a taste to it. I'm like, oh, you can taste the injection in that one. Okay. Well, this should be interesting. What are we at? Hour and 49 minutes in, 59 people watching. Perfect. Keith says Tom's going to be the only one left awake. And Tom's like, I don't know how to turn this off. I don't have that ability.
We'll just keep going. Oh.
Oh, dear Lord. Okay.
I'm supporting you, Ben.
All right. Oh. Not going to lie, Tom. My eyes are getting a little heavy.
Oh.
See you, Billy. Oh. Mikey's in the UK, too. Jeez Louise. 74. I hear you, man. I would love a 74 same year for me. That's 2. So see you, Billy. All right.
That's 24, right?
42 more. I don't even. What's this up to? An even 2-4?
Yeah.
I've played, I think, 72 Les Paul not too long ago. I think it was also a custom.
An even 150 milligrams.
Apparently, Aaron. Apparently. Oh, dear Lord.
Kicking in.
Oh, we're up to an even 150. Great. That's kind of the most I wanted to do, including bowls. Perfect. Yeah.
I noticed less movement around the mouth area.
I love Aaron's commentary. Mark says, excuse me. Mark says he had half of a 200 milligram butter tart a while back, and that was almost too much for me. Quite the trip. All right, well, I'm at 150 at the moment.
Ben's having his own nuclear war right now.
And, you know, why not? Let's, oh, that's why. I was like, why are the times? And I'm like, right, we started early. I'm like, why does it say we've been live 152 and it's only 9:47? I'm like, how does that? I'm like, I'm messed up, but I'm not that messed up. Yeah. Charles, yeah, I'm like, are we off the air yet?
8-2-4, party on.
Yeah, Scarborough suitcase of edibles. Who knew?
We need to find you something else to do aside from eating gummies. Play your guitar again for a minute.
What's that?
Try playing your guitar again for a minute. No?
Oh, man. All right. We'll grab a cheaper guitar this time, just in case.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I shouldn't even be touching my Epiphone anymore either. I should be playing this one.
Hey, look at that. I'm standing. Woo!
If I would have to do this, I would have a
Here,
1
just
second
in
delay
case
at
if
this
I drop
moment.
it, Charles will have a heart attack. I don't know. Sure. Proof Aaron's concept. I must be partially plant. The Kramer is not in tune, and there's no fucking way I'd be trying to tune a Floyd Rose under this condition.
Oh, man.
We would be here all night. Is it in? It's not in. Is it in? It's not in. Is it? Ah! Well, cheaper than the last one, Prince. This one, I think these are still under $1,000 Canadian.
The Gretsch?
Not like it's a U.S. She's made in China. I don't know. Don't worry, Charles. Jay Sabresi. I get it. I will say one thing, my sore back is less sore. Oh, that's for sure.
Michael, we can see you go better now. Fantastic. Cheers, buddy.
Now we just weather the storm for the next hour or so. Ride the wave. Does the Kramer have the Allen keys on the back of the headstock? Well, one. No, I got a hex hider on the back of the headstock. $6.99 US, Charles says. Oh, be about like $9.50.
Keys on the back of my head.
Could be.
This is my RG.
Nice. All right, didn't miss anything. Let's just see. Pay attention to the chat. We got 62 people watching. I'm finally getting gassy. Show's just normal.
Well, Ben, I'm sorry, I can't keep it up anymore.
It's all good, my friend. Thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah,
And I know it's
I stay, but I can't drink with you anymore. I noticed this is the absolute limit, and I have to work tomorrow anymore. And
well, if
Yeah.
anyone complains, tell them to just blame me.
Yeah, there's an email address in the comments below. All your complaints.
Yep.
Nuts with guitars.
well, I'm to blame myself. I'm taking this on me, so don't
Glad
worry
to
on
have
that.
you here. Thanks for being here.
I'm man enough for this. So, but I'll still stay, but I can't drink with you if there's any other
That's more than
any
fair.
other super chat. So.
I get that. Yeah, Tom is keeping track of Octopus here.
Late morning, yeah, that's true. It's almost 3 a.m. already
Oh, man.
for me. You're still getting more drunk for 20 minutes, so stay around. I don't need to get any more drunk. Believe me. I'm happy
There's
if I
not going to
find
be enough coffee in the world tomorrow morning.
I'm happy if I find the 5 meters to my bed over there.
Perfect.
I get it. Fortunately, my bedroom's right next to the studio. But I gotta turn that light off. Dang it.
Yeah, it has been easily, I think, 7 or 8 shots altogether this evening. So,
Still
yeah.
early on the West Coast here. I
Yeah,
started
true.
I'm gonna grill.
Lawrence asks, you ever get started by snoring and realize that it's from yourself? No.
I had, when I was in the military service in Austria, I had a driver that was waking up from himself snoring.
That's scary.
He was so loud. He was waking up from himself because he was so loud. And I've been the one assigned to the same time schedule as he was. So I had to sleep at the same time he had to. And I always had earbuds in it, blasted all the music all the way up I could, and sleep through it like this, because otherwise it would not have been possible in any other way. But he was waking up screaming, and yeah, like someone was murdering him at some point, because he was afraid of his own snoring. That was frightening at some points. Yeah.
Crazy. Absolute Mayhem asks, top 5 rock and roll. Actually, put rock and rock. I think Mayhem's trying to keep up tonight himself. Party animals. I don't know. Top 5 notorious rock and roll party animals. Keith Moon, Keith Richards. Keith's. Carried it on too, right? Well, those two right off the top of my head. Help me out, fellas. Party animals. Oh, for BC Rich, we'll throw in Nikki Sixx. You know, why not? He did die off stage at least once. Lemmy, yes, thank you, Floop-de-doo. Lemmy, Ozzy. There we go. Lemmy, Ozzy,
You can't leave out Dimebag.
Dimebag. You know who else? Dave Grohl. Dave Grohl's been in Foo Fighters, what, quarter of a century now, and he still gets drunk before he plays. Jim Morrison? Sure. Toxic Twins. Perry and Tyler. Notorious. Bon Scott. John Bonham. Drummers.
Yeah, bottom for sure.
Pops is here.
Wasn't it Keith Moon for The Who? Wasn't the drummer? Didn't he?
That was the top of my list. Keith Moon, followed by Keith Richards.
Oh, you forgot Jessica Alba.
Yeah. Hey, Pops. Pops has no idea what he just stumbled into.
I have a shot for both of us.
Joe Walsh.
Oh yeah.
Forgot about Joe Walsh. Jesus, how did I forget about Joe Walsh? Joe Walsh kind of set the standard for a lot of them. Him and Keith Moon. Yeah, Scarborough Suitcase, Terry. The Gallagher brothers for a while. Seeing various names in here. I'm like, yeah, both the Gallagher brothers. It's like, yeah, basically, if you're an alcoholic and a touring musician, you get known as a bit of a party animal. Because things get sloppy and trashed and things happen.
I'll be right back. After break.
Okie doke. Phil Lima. Sure, Michael Krause. Well, Iggy Pop. Maybe. Iggy Pop, probably. I don't know if I've ever seen the man wear a shirt, so I would assume. When you're shirtless as often as he is, one assumes. Hey, Craven Soda. Lee Aaron. Love it. What's up, buddy? Been a minute? Terry's lost track. Apparently 24-3, and I'm still nursing that same pop. I've been drinking water, too. Staying hydrated. We can pull through this. Keith H. basically saw Thorogood, and it was not a pleasant experience by the sounds of things.
I mean, Cream was probably also hammered pretty much all the time they were playing. So you can take each one of them.
That's true. Oh, hell. Keith Richards only just started playing sober just before COVID started. It was like the previous tour. He actually went out on stage sober for the first time since, like, ever. Like, yeah, give it a shot. I'm like, sure, Keith, whatever. Whatever fills your boots.
Hello, world.
Just reading Aaron's comments. This will be so anticlimactic if this if my weed metabolism kicks in and he goes full circle back to sober. Oh, I don't think that's going to happen. We're trying. Barely a dent. No. There's quite the dent.
Les, I'll have to rewatch that one to get what you were saying. Because right now I'm not in the mental state to do it.
Well, you know how metal works. Johnny Fever has been my spirit animal throughout my life. I just remember as a kid, I'm like, I want to be that guy. And everyone in the world's going, no. That's not a good yeah. Aaron's just killing me with the comments. Randy Crooks had a long day, played golf. Well, must be nice. Okay. And then dinner with your son. Nice. Check the rest on replay. All right. Have a good night, my friend.
Have a good one.
See, for me, it was pretty much
Mayhem,
the
I did
third
mention
day.
earlier. I did see. He's asking, what do you think the most potent edible we can find on the res is? I don't know. I saw a 700 milligram. So that I'm not eating on air. 700 milligrams. That could be sloppy real fast, real wrong.
That's a camping trip.
Yeah.
And not too close to a lake either.
No, and somebody to keep an eye on you. Yeah, somebody you trust that, like
boundaries, maybe even caution tape around.
Yeah.
Until you don't.
Well, yeah, just put a dog collar on me if you have to. Just put up an invisible fence. We'll be fine.
No, Mayhem, no. Not a 2-gram brownie. No, that would just be a mess.
That would get messy.
That's like something someone does in a YouTube video.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to do that live because, no.
Well, you might want to stream that live if we could get a signal.
I was going to. I'm just thinking,
awesome camping trip.
That dang light upstairs for like something like this. I mean, like it'd take me an hour to turn that light off upstairs and make it back.
Can we have dinghies so we can go out actually on the lake? If we can make it as far as the lake, can we go on the dinghies in the lake?
I'd love to just rent a cabin for 2 or 3 weeks.
Right. Have a jamboree.
Yep.
Just with guitars, jamboree.
Yep. That would be great.
They have a lot of
those who fish can fish, and then I can cook said fish because I enjoy cooking. I don't feel like fishing, but I like fish, so I would cook said fish, do my part, and then jam. Lots of jam, lots of weed, lots of weed. Yeah. Is there Ranger? Is there a forest fire starting over there? No, that's just 20 musicians hanging out for the weekend.
Smells like Otto's jacket.
Yeah. Oh, the wind shifted. I can tell. Yep. We can smell from here. Wind's up. That's 2 miles away. Oh, wow. Potent. Pungent.
I'll also have to take a break for a second. One moment.
Dustin's in. Nice. Fish tacos. Do fish tacos.
We'll need some generators so that we can plug in.
Yeah.
Now, how does that work? Do you need like clean generators or?
No, we can do it with solar.
Yeah,
you have a like a 4-pack of lithium-ion battery system. Those. Oh yeah, you see that? Yeah, I've seen them. Where it wouldn't be that hard to do. All you need to do is like if there's 4 of us that are into like have conversion vans and shit, because you can run a lot of stuff off a conversion van even these days.
A 2,500 watt converter pretty quick. Yeah,
you just throw up a few solar panels around, collect our power during the day, and then we jam in the evening until the batteries go dead, and then we're like, well, I guess that's the night.
And you bring out the acoustics,
then the
set up a
acoustics.
campfire, get your marshmallows, and you.
Yeah, that's true.
And then later, after the moon comes up, jump in the dinghies and go out in the lake. Maybe not. We'll see how drunk we get. May want to stay on dry ground.
That's true. Again, I don't have the best sense of balance.
At least have to wear life jackets if we go out.
I just wear one at all times, just to be on the safe side. See if we can fall down, it cushions the blow. Oh, I could have cracked a rib falling on that rack, but fortunately, I was wearing my life vest 24/7. Princess, I'm new to this. Do you guys all have music channels on YouTube? Well, I do. Martin definitely here, L&M Guitar Corner. He does all kinds of really cool informational videos on wiring and other stuff I can't think of because I'm well into this show. I don't know if Symmetry has any content or not.
There's some videos of White Rock, Kitts Beach, Ambleside, North Van, my dog, my kid. Yeah, nothing guitar related whatsoever.
There we go. Michael B, you're kind of, aren't you like relaunching as
And
like
Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, cool. Yeah, my channel for spooky guitar stuff, music. But I am gonna start doing things about learning how to get better playing music when you have ADHD. So I'm going to add a lot more of that to the channel. I got about probably 12 videos planned, but I want to do them really well produced, so they're taking a bit.
I
I'm
dig
just
it.
gonna like my usual stuff is just talk in front of the camera and goof around, but that's it.
Sure.
That's cool.
And Tom has some random videos of him playing cool gear. Just saying. And Martin's back.
Sorry, did I miss something?
Oh, and Prince was asking if we all had guitar channels here on YouTube.
Yeah.
So I said, you got a bunch of wiring, cool wiring informational videos, and then other stuff I can't think of because I'm 24 edibles in.
Well, yeah. A few reviews, we jam a little bit, and
That's right.
all that kind of stuff. And yeah, wiring. This is what I'm personally doing. This is something that I think many people overlook quite a bit, that you can change quite some things if you change the wiring a little bit instead of changing your pickup or something like this.
What?
Right.
You want one?
It's cheaper to do it. So
Makes
yeah,
sense to me.
and yeah, Ben, I'll be doing your request as well.
Awesome.
Get it?
So that one is the Gretsch wiring on a Epiphone 339
Mm-hmm.
with a master volume, master tone, and separate volumes on each pickup.
Yeah, that just came to me one day. I'm like, if anybody can do it, and again, it's one of those. This is what happens when I shoot videos, because a lot of what you see is stream of thought, like you didn't know already. And if I'm doing something and something comes into my head, I know I'll forget because I'm in the middle of doing something. So I'll say it out loud, and then somebody will pick up on it. And like that, you throw it out there and see what happens. Like that. And especially since you are doing a series of videos involving wiring and alternate wiring and stuff, why not? I was like, here's content that I would like to see and I don't have to do.
Yeah, and these wiring videos are quite some work. I don't know if anyone really knows it, but each minute of video is about 1 hour of work of
Yep.
these videos. So
I cannot say that.
For the Jimmy Page wiring, for example, I've used about 60 hours of work just to do the
Oh.
Jimmy Page wiring.
Wow.
It was more than a whole week of usual work that I've used up for filming everything. Then you have to get the pictures of everything properly, then mark all the things in the pictures, then talk over it, and then get everything fit together and make it somewhat properly. Yeah, I'm not going to take the word. It's a lot of work.
That's way more than I put into any given video.
And for example, the broadcaster wiring or the Esquire wiring, which were the latest ones I've did, were 5 or 6 minute videos like this, and it took me 7 to 8 hours to make all these videos the way I wanted it to be, to make them really, really short, to the point for everything, so you can stop at the things, listen through it, what you have to do the step, see the pictures, do everything, and start with the next step. That
Right.
was the goal of it, and yeah, that thing takes a lot of time to get it done properly. So yeah, I'm almost a little bit scared of doing the next one, but I'll do it. If it's for you, then even more so.
Nice. I'm looking forward to it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it sounds awesome.
Laz is in shock. Hey, it's a tuner.
Now this one, it's functioning as a normal tuner would, and it will as such.
Sure.
But if you go in, turn it on, and then touch a button, the settings goes like a slot machine. It's like Russian roulette trying to pick something. You see it?
Yeah.
Scrolling through all the nonsense. So the only way to make that stop is unplug it, go back in, quick double tap up, and that'll go back into being a normal, perfectly good tuner. But
Some programmer was bored day.
I went to Peterson, did the ticket report, yeah, by RMA. Did that. They're sending me a new one. Should arrive tomorrow with return shipping for the bogus one. It does have a replacement serial number on it.
Okay.
It's like a sticker on top of what would be an original.
Right.
Just saying.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I'm thinking, yeah, my tuner's about ready to go. It doesn't pick up half the guitars I plug into it anymore, and doesn't recognize the upper
Straight up
notes, strings and stuff, and like the B and D string. It just doesn't want to find half the time. And
Are you
still not as one I had before that. You'd plug in a guitar, then unless it had high output pickups, you know what it came up as, Tom? B sharp. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Nice.
So I sold it.
Now C flat I would deal with, but B sharp.
Yeah. I was just like, what? Which means like no signal? I don't know.
See, I really like the Spark 40, and I'm losing it. I'm using it for a lot of things, and yeah, I'm sorry.
Just checking in. She's asking,
It's
are you
kicking
alive?
in and it's late, and yeah, but they finally made it so that you have the tuner also on your mobile phone.
Nice.
And it really is good on that part, and that's something I really appreciate of that amp. That was the big thing. I was telling also Positive Grid that it was a real letdown for them to not have the tuner on your app when you have everything on your app. And
Yeah, that's so weird.
that was totally not understandable for me, because you had just these few LED lights on it that said, oh, you're in tune or you're not in tune for which string, which pitch. Didn't say anything at all. And yeah, now they finally made it, and we also tested it with a cork tuner as well. And it's fairly on point, so that was a big plus on that one. So
Mayhem asks, is mobile phone tuner app accurate? Is a snark accurate? Is half the tuner pedals how accurate are they? They're all digital. They're
My
accurate.
previous tuner to the Strobo stuff was this. And you can use it as a microphone or a plug me in.
Right. It takes
But I
a good
wanted something
controller.
plug me in, because otherwise acoustics, everything else has to be muted or it interferes, right? The heater, the music, the internet, the TV, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're plugged into the Strobo and then into your board and away you go, you get your guitar into that and then it goes wherever else it is. So it's as clean and pure as it gets. And that thing, the way the strobe works, it's so much easier than a little bit sharp. Now you're there. Now you're flat. Whereas with the strobe, I mean, you hit it and it just fucking, yeah, there it is. Or it's creeping up a little bit, or it's creeping down a little bit. It's just like so good to work with.
I can recommend the cork tuners. I think that one is the Plus, I think, which is a little bit more precise than the normal one. It costs about twice the normal, the regular one costs, and it is way more precise than the Snark tuner. in my experience at least. And I'm using this mostly when I'm using acoustic guitars, or when I'm not directly having a tuner pedal on my pedal board, or and this one works really well. Also compared to it's also cork, but it's also a pedal tuner. So those are fairly close to each other.
That's why I mentioned Snarks, Mayhem. That's why I mentioned Snarks. And apparently I'm on my own tomorrow. My sister will not check on me. That's nice. Okay. Yep. Mm-hmm.
You're at 150. I'm at 45.
Well, there you go.
But I got whiskey in me. Yeah. Half a pint.
Ooh, stretch
Damn near a liter of beer. And a couple joints.
I'll have another bowl so Terry can update his stats, I guess.
So I'm the only one that uses a pedal tuner on the
I use a
board?
pedal tuner.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't my Strobo stop count as a pedal tune?
I got.
tuner.
Thanks, Paulie.
That's a pedal tune.
This is my Boner Jams shirt.
Yeah, that's cool. But I
When
love
I'm-
the color, and the bright color and the dark for the polytune is just it's the best.
Well, one of the pissy things with this, I've got my pedals on a toolbox. It's about 16, 18 inches off the ground. And
Yeah.
the angle of approach, I have to prop it up like this so you can see it kind of straight on, because on an
Yeah.
angle, it gets fucky.
Huh.
Let's see if we can emulate. Plug it in. Okay, so it's like straight on.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, right?
That's pretty
Yeah.
cool. Ryan Hull's comment is, "Hey guys, I
Oh
bring you
yeah.
guys."
It goes out.
Yeah. Let's see if we can do it.
Yep.
Yeah, everything kind of
Contrast
goes, you've got a
Ryan
whole
Hull
big
soft
black,
coat.
right?
Yep.
But straight on, no worries.
Yeah.
Now
Right.
from above, it's got a pretty good top angle.
It's just because it's an LED screen instead of
So
you know,
it's better than
LEDs.
Yes.
So Ryan comments, "Hey guys, I admire you. He's been sober since '92. That's fucking impressive. I've had my days feeling better when I didn't feel so bad to start with. Hey, I get it. I'm surprised you're tolerating watching this. Most sober people are. I can't be. If I'm sober, I don't like being around non-sober people. That's why I'm generally not
I'm
sober.
not sober, but I'm not terribly unsober.
Yeah, I like to be somewhere in between at all times.
I'm in the perfect spot.
Where are you on the spectrum of sobriety? I'm kind of over here.
Dead center, right in the perfect.
Ben, I think you're holding up pretty good.
Ben, could you please highlight Laz's comment?
Laz is back.
Yep, Laz is back. Thanks. Yeah, I didn't check the Snark 2, to be honest. I only know the Snark, let's call it 1, the first iteration of it. And that's the one I've used, and I've noticed a big difference with the cork and the original Snark tuner. So
where's that other tuner I got?
that one was really noticeable.
I think I'll try it out this week. I keep forgetting I have this. Come on, open. Thank you. Come on. There we are. Bam. And you just push down on the whole top to turn it on and off. So it's like, it's small. It's going to take up no space on the pedal board. So yeah, I unboxed this a few months ago and then forgot about it. That's what happens when it goes to the shelf, Tom. We discussed the shelf earlier in the show. For those joining in, we're talking about there's a shelf over here that's got a hodgepodge. It's where the Focusrite is. The Stomps over there, my vintage fuzz, all kinds of just random. So maybe this week. How about you don't put it back over there? That's a good idea. put you there, and then I'll wonder why you're there tomorrow. We'll see. Hit or miss.
I'm gonna have to take off, Ben. I'm falling asleep, man.
You do that, Brother Tom. Thank you so much for coming on. So we may or may not see you tomorrow, I'll say.
Oh, so good to see you,
We
brother.
will try to. It was good seeing you
to have
guys
back in the
too.
community,
Awesome.
man.
Yeah,
Great
thanks so
to
much
see
for
you,
coming
Tom.
on tonight.
I'll follow you guys in the chat until I fall asleep.
All the best to you, Ben. All the best to you, Tom.
It was good seeing all of you guys, Michael, Symmetry, Martin, Ben. Go for 25, man.
Oh, God.
Keep tracking.
All right.
I got the webpage open.
Later, guys.
See you, Tom.
Awesome.
That was cool.
Yep. Oh, excuse me.
It was great to see Tom once again.
Mm-hmm. Doug Strong asks, going really long tonight. Are we just waiting to see if Ben goes totally off the rails? Yes.
We're waiting until he has to push the button, and then it's going to be an eject. There's going to be no goodbyes, no songs, no.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, if I manage to pull off the whole closing and everything, and I can't believe we did dip into the second bag, like well into the second bag. Just the first bag, first of all, had more than we thought it was going to have.
21. Woo! Baker's dozen.
Yep. Any other time, you're fine with the allotted amount. And then there's extras, and you're like, oh. Hashtag finish the bag.
A little extra to keep.
Is it like this every week? No. Next week, what's going on next week? Got Rob from Tesi Switch coming on. So that'll be fun. Talk about, he's been gigging quite a bit. Plays in a Kid Rock tribute act. Can't remember the name of it. I heard that. And he's got a new line of pedals on the website too. I can't remember what the hell they're called because, you know, 24 edibles.
Lars, I'm curious how you think about the string stretcher. It's really my favorite tool to use.
I was using it on the last video. I don't know if I filmed using it, but I used it. And yeah, the strings didn't require much, if any, you know, because I didn't stretch. I gave them each 2 runs, maybe.
Yeah,
And
you
they're
don't
just like-
only need 2 to 3 runs and everything is fine and stable.
Well, and that's what I figured.
afterwards.
And if it needs that third, it's literally retuning once or twice. Like, and after, and like you do a full step bend on the D string, and all of a sudden it's like, I'm a touch soft. And you're like, I fully expect you to be. So,
Yeah.
because you don't want it, I don't get it right down to the nut anymore. See, I learned I don't just go running right off the end of the headstock anymore with it. I wait. I ease up like a train. I slow down.
Yeah.
And then I get as close as I can, and then ease it back to get it out.
Beauty.
Yeah, and for me, really, when I'm starting to restring guitars, it's 3 or 4 just in a row, and each time I was doing it by hand. And yeah, it's pretty much the same motion you're doing by hand, just with this tool. And
All
yeah,
day,
it
all
makes
night.
it so much easier on the hands if you're doing it like this.
There we
I
are.
had to go see a man about a horse. I'll be right back.
No, all day, all night.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Sure, why not?
why not?
We'll go for a little while longer. At this point, we're on overtime, folks. You missed a bowl, Terry. Haha. I had a bowl about 5-10 minutes ago.
And
That
yeah, I
was
can
his job to watch that.
And I can totally recommend the string stretcher to anyone who has several guitars and restrings them 2 or 3 at once, because it's so much easier on the hands if you do it like like this.
That's why I just save the hands for, because I have found flaws in strings that have had a barb.
Yeah,
It's happened to me where I strung up a guitar. I think I played it for 5-10 minutes, but I didn't really play it. Because you play it like just some cowboy chord. Oh, yeah, it works fine. And then the string rotated or what have you, so it exposed the barb. And all of a sudden, and I'm playing in a drop D tuning, and I slid down and just, son of a bitch, I'm like, I have to play the next, because it was like first or second song in. I'm like, I got to play the next hour plus in drop D tuning, and my index finger just. So I went over to the side stage and I said to whoever, like, get out some super glue and just dab it, and then at the end of the song, that, because it nicked my finger, and then I was like, okay, switching guitars, get away. Always have super glue handy, Mayhem. Always.
I got these
Especially when you play bass.
Gorilla Glue handy.
Yeah. You don't know whether you're going to need it for an emergency
right?
medical procedure or for a prank.
Crazy glue is awesome for sealing wounds.
Yep.
I got a question directed at me. If I wouldn't drink anymore, and Valhalla, and something about lock, stock, and barrel bourbon. I'm not too much into bourbons, to be honest.
Got another shot in your hand. Cheers, brother. See you there.
Cheers.
You gave up on us.
When you stepped out, we had another super chat.
The bourbons tend to be a little bit too much into the sweet area for my taste. I like Scotch ones that have been in bourbon casks, but not bourbon per se.
Bourbon's my jam. I love bourbon.
If that makes sense. So I'm not. I like it a little bit more drier. That's what Scotch is usually. So
all right, I'm going to kick up the game a little. I'm going to have another bowl.
This is a great bourbon.
I got to grind up some more first. Hang on.
Fantastic bourbon.
And then, so we'll probably go till the top of the hour. I assume.
This is always a good standby bourbon.
That's what I'm aiming for, the top of the hour.
Thanks, Brett, Guitar Miller.
Yes. Thanks, Brad. Brad's just trying to be my favorite Miller. I get it, Doug. Right. Hello, my friend. Ooh, yeah, you smell nice. It's big smooth, right? This is stuff that makes me rant on occasion. This is what's keeping me alive through this. See, I'm usually all ranty, Michael B., but after 150 plus milligrams of edibles, you're less ranty. It's a balance.
It's a very don't worry, be happy kind of place to be.
Yeah. What's the key to having that many edibles? Smoke weed as well. What? Yep. I don't know. It seems to work.
Yeah.
Apparently Terry sent me a photo.
Terry's Wheaties? Terry Fudge.
Yep, still's nursing that first pop. It's good pop, though. It's quite enjoyable. I just haven't got the pasties because I'm eating so many damn gummies. Same reason I got the munchies, but I don't have terrible munchies because I got a belly full of gummies.
You got calories. You got some calories to burn, man. Doesn't even say how many calories are in these kind of thing.
I think we've learned tonight that this has been interesting, if nothing else.
Suggested serving size, 1 piece.
I am probably going to sleep well tonight.
15 milligrams. Total fat, 0.
I started sleeping
Sodium,
about 45
1.
minutes ago.
Carbs, 3 grams. Sugar, 1.8 grams. protein 2 milligrams, THC distillate 15 milligrams.
Could be octopus ears, could be, but
Doesn't say no calories.
yeah.
It's 0 calories.
No, I will say I am definitely feeling the edibles because I have much more of a body stone that reminds me of moonshine in some ways. Like being at Mr. Mike's house. For those who follow Nas Canucks know, Mr. Mike who passed away, which actually Doug is headed down to North Carolina this week for his memorial. Yeah, getting moonshine high with Mike. That's kind of because it's sort of like a tequila buzzy, you know. Like you all say, you're like, man, I'm pretty lit, but I'm still feeling pretty good. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not saying I should be operating in machinery or anything, but I'm very aware of this, you know, kind of shroominess.
Giving her, eh?
Yeah. Oh yeah, full on giving her. That's what I'm hoping for. Hit Metalworks.
When you're
It's
too
just
right.
like I just rambled
I
up.
mean, it could be a really nice ride. After the show, sit back, put the headphones on, and put on Pink Floyd. Dark Side of the Moon, start to finish.
I might put on some Ronnie Wood.
What's your Ronnie Wood?
What's Ronnie Wood? Sometimes when I'm drunk and want to watch a little video before bed, it's always New Barbarian stuff because I'm like, sure, let's watch Ronnie with Keith playing guitar and Rod Stewart singing backup vocals. Perfect. All right, another bowl. Jeez Louise. I don't know what I'm thinking. Well, I'm not. But that's clearly
I've just
what it is.
Hey, you must
scrolled up a few comments, and yeah, Prince Westerberg was asking about the string stretcher. He was talking about what, your fingers? No, this is this tool.
It's like, hey, I have one of those.
Guess from where?
Yeah. Hey, Mark.
And yeah, it's pretty much. Let's get the guitar. If this goes well.
No good if that.
Yeah, I'm taking my favorite guitar, even though I'm totally hammered. And you're just getting your guitar in there with the string stretcher like this.
Careful, because I've already been on there with Nesdal dropping a guitar. So
yeah, and you just push it a little bit to the back and drive over the strings over it till you're at the neck. Suggest you place your finger on the nut so it does not pop out when you reach the nut. Like this. Get back.
And
that's pretty much it. How you stretch your strings. Do this 2 or 3 times at maximum, and you should be fine stretching all the strings, and everything is it stays in tune afterwards pretty much. Yeah.
Craven Soda asks, have I ever tried Ronnie Wood's signature ESP telly? No, only because I've never had the chance to see one in the flesh, because I'm pushing people out of the way. If I saw one of those, I'd be like, what? Oh, please. And they're like, but sir, you can't. I'm like, can't hear you. And then plug it in and play.
Well, at Octopus Ears, yeah, it's. I thought as well first. Okay, I'll take my hands for this stretching the strings, but as mentioned, when I start changing strings, it's 3 or 4 guitars at a time, and afterwards my fingers are literally cut up because I'm using 11 gauge strings. So yeah, I found this tool. Where do I have it? This tool right here at StewMac. You might find it somewhere else as well. And yeah, I thought, well, I will try this one for, what was it, $15 or something like this.
Something like that.
just to not hurt my fingers, because obviously it does pretty much the same that what I would do with my fingers, and just not digging the strings into my fingers. And yeah, this was the moment where I said, well, this is my favorite tool from now on, because from there on I had no problems with my fingers anymore, and it worked just perfectly fine. It's not something spectacular, but it does the job.
Nice. I won't drink too much, Mark, before bed. I am getting the yawns, though, apparently. Great. So I will be sleeping well.
Absolutely, Octopuseers.
$1,000,000.
It makes a lot of sense once you start to restring 3 or 4 guitars at a time, and yeah, if you're doing it for someone else, or if you're having a small repair shop or something like this, I think this one is an essential tool, to be honest.
It's just handy to have on the workbench. I agree.
Yeah.
We'll have some more guitars going across. Well, all right, I'm due. Do the spring checkup. It's like you do the fall checkup. It's the same with the climate where you are, Martin. Like,
yeah,
every spring and every fall. All right, what's decided to move? So it'll be about 2 weeks from now. I'll go through all of them.
That's a great thing in my apartment, actually. I have almost the same humidity in my apartment for whatever reason throughout the whole year.
Oh,
So I can really keep it constant. It's really only the guitars that I'm having in my office. Maybe I have to add to this. My boss is an amazing boss. I'm working as a software developer, and he almost arranged a complete rehearsal room with a mixing board and with headphone amplifiers, with a electric drum kit, keyboard, bass, name it. The only thing that's not from him is the guitars. Because of that, well, I have enough guitars. I can just bring 2 of them in there, and everything in there is so we can practice. And we have a company band, and in there the humidity obviously changes a lot more than it does in my home, and there I have fret sprout. In my home I have never ever experienced this at all, so I'm really lucky at that point. My apartment really stays constant with this. I have a humidity checker for this one. I have a temperature. I check the temperature all the time. It's always about the same. So that one stays really constant.
nice. Checking temperature.
It's, 18 in the shop, 17.
Nice.
A little bit chilly, but not too terrible. But I live in a rainforest. My humidity is off the charts.
Sure.
I go from in the house to out of the house. In the house is pretty constant, 21, 72, down the middle there. But out here in the woodshed, it depends on how it is outside. Right now, I think it's 6, 5, 4. And wet.
I couldn't handle that. I would be
I
so
have no sprouts to speak of. Mind you, I guess the RG has smiles in the binding. What do we call them? What do we call those little not smiles or whatever they are? Can we get it? Can we get it? I'm gonna forget my face right now. Just tiny little cracks
Mm.
for the fret sprout might be, but nothing that hurts.
Yeah, for me it was really unexpected,
I
to
guess
be
that would
honest.
happen in a drier climate, right? If you went to like Arizona or something where it was, or Alberta, or Saskatchewan in our case.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
dry, and then the wood would shrink because it would lose the moisture. That's when shit's gonna start really poking out, right?
or if you
Mhm.
have an office building that is heated up and with no regards for humidity at all. That's what surprised me a little bit because, yeah, I did not have ever had the problem at my home. And I had 2 guitars now stored at the company where I'm working at, in that office building. And right there, the both guitars developed quite a significant amount of fret sprout, and just I think it was a month or 2. I've played them before and they were all perfectly fine. And a month or 2 later, I got to it and grabbed it and thought, oh, that's strange. Something is off right here, and I have not experienced that, to be honest, at all, because my apartment stays so constant throughout the year, and yeah, that was some revelation to me, to be honest, and I had to work on that guitar again to make it, play properly.
Everyone's talking amongst themselves pretty much in the chat there. Cool. I don't know how y'all are feeling. I'm feeling pretty good.
Yep.
I'm looking at the clock. I'm like, 18 minutes to go. I can do it.
I'm gonna build a pile of charcoal, start it on fire, cook a piece of meat, steak and spaghetti for dinner, I think.
Nice. I made a big batch of pierogies.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah. It's pretty easy that I could do while Pete was live. So that wasn't too bad. So
Yeah, Pete's show was on point today. Yeah, I mean, the lighting with the camera and everything, it wasn't blurry. It was sharp and clean, and the lighting was on point.
yeah, because he just changed up. Yeah, not so much backlighting.
Yeah.
I gotta move my cursor off the chat so it's not blocking something at any given time. Jesus. Prince Westberg, a mate of mine at 335. Back to storage, it was cracked and stank. Turns out it had been in a basement which flooded. Ooh. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good at all.
Craven Soda asks, where's a good place to get fret and dressing files?
Amazon. Jungle website. You can get Frick Guru files on there. They're fine. Yes, Charles. I'm thinking that as well. I'm looking at the time, and I'm already going through the cupboards upstairs in my head mentally. What do we have? What we don't have?
Yeah, Octopus Ears, I got mine as well from Stumec, but yeah, probably there are cheaper solutions out there as well that work just as fine. But I didn't bother to check up on those, to be honest.
Oh, wait! I didn't see you do that. What's going on? All right, 26.
Mine's 3 times the strength, but I got some catching up to do.
Pizza would be nice, Brad Miller, but you assume I can answer the door. All right, one more. It's what? 26. Right. Oh,
Martin.
Mine doesn't ring this much.
There you go.
Did it work? Cheers.
Cheers. Live music on YouTube.
Good God, no bread.
That's what we're doing. I'm going to play that.
Then again,
Yeah.
Brad, I'm in small town Ontario. Good luck finding something
Not possible
that
anymore.
delivers on a Sunday.
Or as the Scotch call it, slanche.
See, now had I made lasagna for dinner when it works, then I would have had leftovers because I always have leftovers. Believe me, I've done that on Sundays.
Sorry, Terry, it is probably more that I've had than... Yeah, I don't know when I did the last time this much of alcohol.
Tonight's the night.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I've started the sentence once before, but it's pretty much the perfect day for me to do this. Because first, my son dominated completely on the football, or as you call it in America, soccer field. He was a defender, and everything that came close to him, he completely ruled it, everything.
Nice.
And so it was for me, from that one, the day started perfect. And then my favorite team really annihilated pretty much the arch rival they were having. And so that was the second thing. And now I'm having a great time hanging with you guys over here. So it's just a pleasure to be here.
Definitely. I'm thinking. I was thinking like, it's not often we have like the transcontinental group hangs. And I'm just thinking, Symmetry, you've been involved in a bunch of group hangs. Michael B, you've been involved in. We don't usually have transcontinental, so this has been extra special, Martin. I'm just saying. So I dig
Thanks. And yeah, I have to work tomorrow. For me, it's now. Yeah, if I'm generous, I could make it 4 hours, but more likely 3 hours of sleep, and I'll do it. I'm fully capable of working tomorrow. That's
I'm like type one in the chat if you think Martin's still going to be. He could blow over on a breathalyzer when he goes into work tomorrow. He's still coming down.
That's not the thing. It's just about being capable of working what other people are doing.
Exactly.
I'm there. I'm doing the job I'm getting perfectly fine. I still can do all the logics that I need to do as a software developer. So, yeah. I'm capable of doing this. So I've did it more than once. So I had to work in India for more than 270 days in 365 days. And
prison sentence? What did you do?
that sounds like a prison sentence, yeah. But I had, at that time, it was the largest forging line in the world. So it was the largest forging hammer that was operating in the world at that time. And I had to automate everything and give it pretty much, at that time, it was an artificial intelligence. So it had to recognize when will one part finish at one part and which one gets the highest priority. Everything of this, I have to control all of this. And yeah, it took quite some time to get that one at commissioning. And yeah, I was working there quite a lot, probably twice the hours, more than twice the hours than what was usually planned for the week. And yeah, so this this pretty much is a piece of cake.
Votes are 50-50 in the
Afterwards,
chat that you'd blow over. Just as you enter the door. I get it. It's a downward curve. I'm not saying I've been there, but hell, I've gigged and then had to work the next day. And that sucked. Because that was, get home, get 2 or 3 hours sleep, and go back to work. And yeah. Double espressos. Yeah. Might need two of those myself tomorrow.
That's the thing, Terry. I'm not drinking any coffee at all.
Ooh.
Not at all. I'm not a coffee guy. It's really interesting watching it in my company and everything around me in the software developer world, because what you would expect is that all of us are drinking coffee like crazy. And the thing is, what I've experienced is that we have, sorry, Ben, shitload of software developers that are not drinking any coffee at all. And the other ones are making up for those parts.
What's up, Dan?
That's really, there's no in between. All the people I'm working with, either they are always having a mug of coffee in their hand, and the other ones are not having one at all. There's no in between at all. At least that's what I'm experiencing. That does not mean it's the rule, but
yeah, they're either running that caffeine high all day or they're not.
Yeah, there's no in between. At least in my company and the companies I work with in Europe. So, yeah.
I knew it was you, Dan. Basement Guitar Superstar. What's up, Dan? Great to see you, my friend. Yeah, we're going to go for a few more minutes here. We're closing in on 3 hours live. Trying to make it to the top of the hour. We're going to do it. I know we can do it.
We can do it. We can do it.
It's not either Red Bull or Adderall, nothing. It's really there's no in between. You have the ones that are clean, let's call it like that, and the other ones that are totally on caffeine of any substance. I haven't experienced any in between of this. This is really crazy. But
I'm a coffee guy, and there were some days where I would have 8 double shots of espresso.
Yeah, I worked at a place that I had unlimited gourmet coffee, and they had like 12 kinds of gourmet coffee available at any times, and unlimited. And so I just drank so much of it throughout my shift. I think, it was a gas station next door. So I was working outside, so I was like, just coffee. Got to the point of my day off, I was like, I had to drink like 4 cups of coffee just to kind of feel awake. And I went, this is not right. Like, I need to ease off this. This is not good for me.
thanks, Brad. But I will be not out of office tomorrow. I will be working just fine. Believe it or not. I'm doing this now for 15 years, so I know what I do.
Because, again, see, Brad puts up these videos, and he seems like a nice guy like Charles, but really, he's a shit disturber like Charles. I know. And I love him for it. And, again, that's what makes him part of... He's trying to be my favorite Miller, and he's getting there. Just saying.
That's the best kind of people.
Terry says detox. I'm sorry, Symmetry. I'm not familiar with that word. Detox. detox. Sorry, that doesn't enter this vocabulary. I ever heard of it? Yep. Didn't think so. Foreign language or something.
Sounds like you need to get the tox off.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Is that like the ASMR?
I think it's when you get bit by a snake.
Ooh.
Freaking
Okay. Yeah, that means you gotta suck the venom out.
That's my vote. I'm going with that.
Okay. And I second that. Carried. Perfect. That's how democracy works, I guess, or something. I don't know. Sure.
Yeah, drop of master switch. Hydration is really the key. That's the thing. If you may have noticed, I have always been drinking 1 glass of water while I've been drinking 1 glass of whiskey. So that one should keep me up for tomorrow when I'll be working again.
You'll need to remember, he's drinking the good stuff.
The good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
Good stuff doesn't hurt the next day like the crap.
that's the first thing, and yeah, that's still 60%, but it will not hurt like this tomorrow. This thing is not the thing you will get in your everyday liquor store.
As long as you get enough sleep, 4 or 5 hours, get up, be tired, might want a nap when you get home, but you'll be fine. I've been there.
Not to mention
3 hours.
Younger than some of us. I'm just saying.
I need at least 4. 4 is the bare minimum.
Yeah. I used to be able to do that at your age, Martin.
Mind you, I'm 52.
It gets harder.
You look younger than I am.
Yeah.
Yes, Jack, I'm still awake for now. For a few more minutes. I'm trying.
I'm still feeling it. Man,
Yeah.
I have noticed this. It sounds funny, but I think you guys know it. But I started to feel, man, I'm getting sick or something like this. And then the doctor said, no, you're just getting old.
Yeah, it is. It's just literally that little bit downhill every year.
Yeah, when you notice it.
It's when you go to do something, Martin, that you haven't done in, say, 7 or 8 years. And then all of a sudden you'll sometimes realize, oh, apparently I can't do that anymore.
For me, it was, I have been playing football, soccer,
Sure.
for pretty much all of my life. And I've been doing it 3-4 times a week. So I've been doing it a lot. I've been really fit. And I've stopped it when my son was born because literally the time was running out. I wanted to use the time with my son and with my kids and not playing soccer in that part of the time. And now I tried to start it again and everything was so crazy hard for me. Man, I thought a sprint down all the line. I thought, man, I'm dying, and something is wrong. And the doctor said, "Well, you're just getting old. It's just a part of it." There's nothing wrong with
I
it.
can just imagine, like you take a few years off, and you're thinking, okay, well, I know it's going to be a little hard because I'm obviously not in playing shape, and then you tell yourself, well, I've been keeping up with the kids pretty good. So, I'm not in bad shape. And then you do it, and you're like, oh, but it's because it's just different muscles that you just don't use otherwise in that level of cardio.
But then, on the other hand, I have never been so fit in my upper body because all the times I'm lifting my kids left and right with one hand. I have never done this before. I have always been playing football, soccer, and always focused on my legs, but never on my upper body. And now I'm lifting my kids and everything, and if there's something, oh, can you help me lift? Well, just like this pretty much, because yeah, I'm just lifting my daughter there and my son over there, and they are 6 and 9, so that's no problem at all for me, and that was not something I've been used to. And now if I have to make one sprint down 100 meters, or yeah, a meter is almost a yard, so let's call it 100 yards, yeah, I'm almost dying after that.
It's okay to say meters, Martin. You know, it's everybody but America, I think, that does Imperial at this point. So
Well, if he said yards, he sells himself short because the meter's a little bit bigger than yards. So.
exactly.
Yeah, but there's not too much of a difference, is it?
No, it's pretty close.
So it's fairly close. It gets to the point.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
We're talking. Oh, yeah. The difference over 100 of them. You're talking like maybe 2 or 3 strides at most. Like you got to do a whole bunch before that. So either way, I'm huffing and puffing long before that. I'd be lucky to make it halfway, and I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I get tired walking up the 2 stairs.
And the thing is, that thing is now killing me totally. And yeah, I really when I started all this again, I had the feeling something was wrong with me, and I got to the doctor and said, "Well, come on, that can't be the case. I'm lifting my kids left and right. I'm running behind my kids like there's nothing. But how can it be that I'm not able to sprint 100 meters full blast down the line and get back, and I'm totally finished?" And said, "Well, you're just getting out."
There we
1
go.
meter. Yeah.
So even 100 of these isn't really a whole lot. It's a few strides, is what I'm saying. Because if you're running, although like I say, by the end, I am not running. I'm crawling at that point. Please, take it.
See, at least I'm still running, but afterwards I can't really get back.
What, you want me to run back? No. I'm playing goal. I'm at this end. I'm playing goal now. I don't care. I'm playing goal. Well, guys will kick balls at you very hard. I don't care. I don't have to run.
Because you can use your hands.
And I can use my hands to defend whatever body part needs to be defended. And if the ball ricochets off me, and well, you win. So that's how it works.
I'd rather defend with my hands than attack with my feet.
That's the misconception, actually. I've been playing every single place on the field of a football game. I've been striker in each and every position: left, right, center, halfway back. I have been all the middle field positions, and also defender positions, and the goalkeeper. The hardest play I had was being a goalkeeper, and they were shooting at me pretty much every minute.
Really big fucking net. It's not like a hockey.
It's a big fucking net, and you have to jump from left to right every minute because they're bombing you, because your defenders are worth nothing at this
Balls
game.
can curve in on you too.
Yeah, and you have to go left, right, and then you have to make the open the field. So you have either
if I'm on your team, I want to be a striker then, Martin, because then I'm just hanging out at the other end talking to the goalkeeper about gear. So
pretty much.
Standing as close to offside as I can without being offside. You know what I mean?
And that one was one of the most craziest games I've have experienced ever. I've been just jumping from one side of the net to the other and fishing out balls, and kicking them out to my players, and they lost it. Yeah, I've made pretty much perfect passes, really. And the next pass was lost again somehow, and it was right against me, and I had to jump in another corner. I was so empty at about 3/4 of the game, about 75 minutes. I was not able to make one shot out of my safety zone. I'm not sure how the proper term is. Sorry, the proper term is in English. So how to make the pass outwards from where I caught it. So I had to get a defender to do it because I was not able to make any simple pass. I was just able to get, here's the ball, do with it whatever you want. I'm going back and I'm waiting for the next shot that's coming on my target. Because nothing was possible anymore. I was just focused on how could I manage to get the next jump in any direction of my goal. That was crazy.
Well,
and if we would have another goalkeeper, I would have asked for a sub because it was not in any way sustainable throughout these 90 minutes.
Well, on that note, I'm going to call it because we made it. Because Terry's like, hey, it's 11. I'm like, actually, it's like 11:07. So, holy crap. So, and it's like early 07 for Martin. So, I'm going to say thank you, Martin. Thank you, Symmetry.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Michael B. Thanks, everybody in the chat. Thanks, I guess, all 26 you crazy bastards. 26.
For Absolute Mayhem, I do like hockey. I've played hockey as hobby, and I was also goalkeeper in that one. And I've been fairly good at that one, if I may say so. But yeah, I've played it quite a bit with my soccer club as well, and yeah.
Awesome.
I really like it, but it's not my main sport.
Thanks, everybody that tuned in tonight. Thanks, everybody that helped make this crazy thing happen. Like, so I'm surprised I made it to the end.
Rest well, amigo. You're going to sleep good.
Fucking, I got the munchy
I
something
took
beers.
tomorrow off.
God damn. I am
Not
doing
quite finished yet, though. 'Cause I'm
Great, Mark.
I'm just going to watch racing tomorrow and just relax. Like, I'm not doing much tomorrow. So, thanks again, everybody that's hanging out with me here. Thanks, everybody that tuned in, contributors, Mod Squad. What is it, like 162 milligrams plus?
How many did you do? 25?
Yep.
26.
26.
26.
Calculations is 162.5 grams.
Woo!
There we are.
I'm at 60. I got a wee bit left here.
Nice. So, thank everybody that. Hope everybody had half as much fun as I did. I hope half of you remember remember more than I did. I might have to watch the replay to see what the hell happened.
I'm not going to litter.
Yeah. Don't do it. Remember, like, Doug's Wife's real and stuff, and I don't know.
Don't litter.
That's right. And you know what? We'll go with something different tonight. Sure. Let's go with this.